Give me one of these. Give me one of these. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Do-Over Podcast, where we're going live at twitch.tv/The Do-Over Podcast. Got it right.
That's right.
Thank you to everyone who's live with us right now. We appreciate each and every single one of you.
Just like that.
We got Mr. Jams over there.
The
What's up,
Jamist.
Okay. And he's leaving.
You'll never find someone quite like Jams.
And we got Jess.
Someone who spread you.
We got the bar breast Jess. The best of all bar breasts is sitting right there.
You're right.
And you amaze me, bar breast Jess.
Why?
Because you come in with your Doom shirt on. You must know that Doom, the Dark Ages just dropped. And I know it's a data to remember, but it's Doom. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
And that Doom, the Dark Ages just dropped, and you're a huge Doom fan.
I'm the biggest
She
of all
is
Dune
the
fans.
Doomer.
I am.
Did you say Doom? Doom.
Doom. Oh, I thought you meant
D-O-O-M.
I'm
It's
the-
like room
I'm a
with the
doomer.
dur.
Yeah.
Anyways, good morning. Get up. I need you to get up because it is time to do the Do-Over Podcast. The last time Jams is ever going to be with us.
That's right.
Hi,
Just like that, I
Erica.
vanish. I'm like the Hulk. You know, I put on my
Yeah, you just
my
sad
sack
walk.
and I sad walk out of here.
He sad walks out of there.
Or play me some Hulk music.
Hulk music. Anyway,
Make some rain.
good
happen.
morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We got an action-packed show today, but I may have just fucked the
Surprise
game.
up.
Well, we were gonna do a game, and there's no microwave here, and it involved the nose plug things.
I could always use something else.
Drew was getting intimate and raunchy, and he wanted to pour hot wax on us.
No, not quite
I
that.
could shove other things other places.
No.
And we can, I think that could
We're
be
gonna get
fun.
demonetized if
No.
we keep talking like this, okay?
We're not doing that. Anyways, welcome. Big shout out
Big shout outs.
to almost birthday boy Elliott.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
You are almost a big old 32-year-old.
You're
That's
old.
right. I'm still
You're
29.
literally old.
You know what I love is that
I'm shaking.
Jess is like, we're still young though. Like, I'm
I'm
so young.
young.
I'm like, you're 30, broad. And
I'm
you're
young.
like, 30's the new like 18. What are you talking
I'm
about?
so young. You guys are like literally so old.
Jess, we're
What are you
old
talking about?
people. What are you talking
I'm
about?
still 29.
I literally am shaking because I'm afraid of old people, and you guys
You're
are
shaking
just
because you're
about
so
there.
You're shaking because you're so frail.
Wait, you're afraid of old people?
Yes.
Why?
Are you kidding
wait,
me?
yeah,
They're
well, I knew it.
frightening.
I
Why are you afraid they're gonna put like a cast
you?
a curse on you? Or
They're gonna
something?
gum you like this.
Every single old person I know judges me.
And that's
So?
all old people.
I'm afraid of them.
That's
Dude,
just every normal white person. They judge everything.
Yeah, let me
There's a reason we have racism.
let me give you an example. So, I'm 17 years sober. I'm a father.
Cringe.
Yeah.
LOL cringe alert.
Boring.
Or put cringe alert on, Drew.
Cringe alert. I'm 17 years sober. I have 3 kids, 2 small girls, a marriage, a successful business, and dare I say, a somewhat successful podcast. And my mom still judges me.
Yeah.
She's like,
I think that's a mom thing too.
Oh. do you need to say that, Drew? And I'm like, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I'm 41 years old.
Oh my God. Get away from me.
What?
You're so
The wrinkles are wrinkling.
I'm so scared.
Are you
right
now scared of me
Drew
because I'm
is
old?
the wrinkler.
Oh my God.
I was looking at myself in the mirror, shaving today, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm not aging gracefully. You know what I mean? Like my mom aged very gracefully.
Yeah.
Mom as well.
Dude,
She looks fantastic.
and I'm like, how do you have these good genes? And she never smoked. She never drank. I was like, oh, so
Nerd.
That's the.
she is a nerd. So anyways, I'm like, okay, so maybe that's the secret to the sauce. But like her granddad lived to be like 100. So
Yeah.
they have good genes. The Hyatt men just age rough, dude.
Well, and
like,
when you smoke, vape or ciggy or whatever you choose, don't they say it takes off like 7 seconds of your life?
Dude, that was the case.
that was hot dogs. Remember, they say hot dogs take 7 years off your life. So if you're slamming a glizzy a day, you're gonna die in no time.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if they were like every cigarette takes like 10 minutes of your life,
Yeah.
I'd be dead. I would have been dead like 5 years ago. So no, that's not accurate. Anyways, what's up, Jammy Jams?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Well, I'm doing okay. How's it feel being so old? You're so old, Elliott.
I'm literally scared.
I don't feel old. I just have bum knees and messed up heels now.
Heels.
Yeah, I got bad feet now.
You got heel problems?
I got heel problems. That's right. I used to be the good guy, but now I've turned heel.
Are they like cracking? Like, are they the ugly, like, where you can peel the skin off?
I just have ugly feet, Jess. You have to accept
Like
that.
chick feet? Like chick feet when they get all like dry on the heel?
And you like, there's like a thing that you can like.
It's like an egg that you shave.
Yeah.
No, it's
you
like-
shave the shit off.
No, you could probably start a match on them.
Oh my God. Let me see. You're wearing flip flops. Let me see.
Don't look at my feet.
Oh my God.
We focus too much on my feet
Honestly,
here.
Wait.
men wearing flip flops is diabolical.
You don't think
That's
it's not a
wrong.
thing for you?
It's summer.
I don't want to see the grippers.
It's
I
summer.
can't.
Summer means spring and summer mean flip flop.
I think I have good looking feet.
I don't.
I'm about to make more people mad, but as a man, why are you wearing flip flops?
Oh my God. Okay. So whenever we do like an episode, we usually release like a little teaser clip, right?
Mhm.
Just like a little short, whatever. In the last one that we did, Jess was joking. She's like, as a man, why are you even under 5'9"? And it's like a fucking joke. Man, oh man. Did the people come out to complain about Jess?
Well, yeah, she attacked a very huge and stout little group. You know,
Silks thought it was so funny. He's all, damn, you people were coming after you. And I'm like, which is so funny because if they saw you in person, they would be like, oh.
Yeah. Didn't someone go,
they marched
like-
down that yellow brick road so angry at you.
didn't someone go like, oh, my son's short? And you're like,
I was like, I'm totally kidding. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
I'm sorry, guys. It's just a joke. I'm on a podcast. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm sorry, but like he'll never have a chance.
I'm so sorry. Your son will never date. I'm just kidding. He totally will.
I'm sorry, but like, there's step ladders for a reason. Damn, Jess, you're hecka mean.
We're gonna get to everything today. We got our hump time coming up.
Suffering from height deficiency.
We got a bunch of stuff in the works for the podcast today. We're gonna enjoy ourselves.
We're already enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, Elliott's gonna be hitting that plane coming up very, very soon. He's
That's right.
bouncing the hell out of here, going to Maui.
I know, and I cannot wait.
Does this mean we can start living it up?
Yeah, but we do have a guest that's gonna come in real quick.
Real quick?
Yeah, real quick, like. So we don't mean to take a break really fast, but we do have a guest that's gonna come in and feed us.
Ooh.
Feed us some
Feed
stuff.
us what?
Feed us some.
He's just going to blindfold us and say, ah.
Yeah. You just got to trust it.
It's
Remember
all
when
about trust.
We
Yeah.
did that with baby food, remember?
Yeah, that was stupid.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
You thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to go.
Here comes
wanted
the
to do that
train.
thing.
Drew, you should know this for our 8 years of friendship now. Because we are on 8 years now.
Yeah.
You guys are
on Memorial-
legally,
A couple.
what is it
In
called
common
though?
law.
In
Common law.
in 2 more years.
No,
We'll have to-
that's 7 years is common law.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
Nope.
It's 7.
I thought it was teen.
No, you guys are
Nice. Well-
already over a year into
This is
it.
going to make living with Lady Jams a little awkward now.
I just coming up. I'm bunking up, bitches.
Drew's in our guest room. He's like, guys, I heard a noise and I'm scared. All right.
Apollo Fox with the
Get
bar.
in here.
Never trust a man, period. Yeah, babe. Period.
What the fuck? Jess, oh my God, dude. Jess with her like man hate, like her. Have you listened to her and Colleen's podcast?
I listened to the first episode of her podcast.
And it's, dude, most of it's like this. Oh my God. Like, here, let me do my impression of Jess's and Colleen's podcast. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Oh my God. Like, we're so cool. And like men suck. Like they're stupid. And we're the
She
best.
literally was flapping at me.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted.
have you ever played that game Flappy Bird?
Well, literally
It's
me.
like, I have one. It's like my vagina.
Literally me. We're on a roll today.
Someone commented in the thing that I brought awareness to Audis, and he shouted out his girlfriend for having
Oh my god! Oh my
Look what
god!
you've become.
She tagged his girlfriend. Hey, babe, she's got one too. You're all like this.
She's not. Jess isn't.
Yeah.
Jess,
Oh.
you should make a shirt that says, I'm not liable, I'm labia.
All right.
Anyway, how we all doing today?
We're doing good, but we got to get our guests in here. 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't have much time.
Get in here!
Hold on, wait.
Get in here!
We're gonna take just.
No!
Get
in here!
Stop.
God.
Quick break.
Just yell at him.
Well, no, hold on. We'll cut this part out. It'll just seem seamless in the actual episode, but we need to get them set up. So we'll be
Hang on.
right back.
Or give me like a magical and then have him appear. Like a
Oh my God.
whoa!
So when he comes in here, we'll go, whoa.
Alakazam!
We got David Danenberg in. What's up, David?
How's it going?
Dave
It's going good.
Danenberg.
Before we get started, I'm gonna ask you a question, and I need you to be wholly honest. Who's the greatest real estate agent in the history of real estate agents?
Okay, guys.
Man, that list is long.
I think it's a short list. I think there's an obvious answer here.
There's only real estate agent that I use. It's kind of a short, annoying guy, but
Yeah.
He's short.
You don't
Get him out of here.
Don't talk about Elliott like that. Anyways, good morning, and thank you very much for coming in here. Now, there is a reason why you're in here, but I want to talk about the man, okay, before we even started. Because the moment you walked in, Jess goes like this. You have a ponytail? So how long is it now? Dude, it's legit, bro.
to the middle of my back.
But are you bald everywhere else?
No, it's
No,
just
man,
a-
he's slicking it back.
It's just
You're like a
Schweetz slick
Viking.
back.
Exactly.
You are literally a Viking.
So I braid it here, and I'm shaved the sides bald.
That's
Ooh.
super cool.
Is that your lineage? Are you Norwegian? No. Because she's
like-
all, you're like a Viking. He's all,
I am.
Maybe, I don't know.
I
He's like, I'm
literally
actually
am.
from South
Do you know?
Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have lineage in Germany and Dutch
yeah.
Oh,
and
Sprechen Sie
and
Deutsch.
Ireland. So
Okay.
Oh,
the
he and I
Ireland
are
part,
related.
probably.
Yeah. See, I was telling Orc on the way here because I had to do this. So funny, so stupid. So when you're like an angsty teenager, right? You do edgy things, right? And we had to do this thing where it was like write about your lineage. Well, at the time, I've been told by my uncle who had like tracked our whole family line, we're German and English. That's what we are.
We're Jinglish.
We're Jinglish, about as white as you can get. And I did this whole thing about England, and then I was like, and the German side, well, you know, World War II and all that. We don't really talk about that. It was like,
you know what? They've done a really good job bouncing back. Their PR
Yeah.
team lately has been pretty solid.
but it was more so like, we pass over that. It horrified the teacher to the point where they did a random drawing to fill another class, and I'm the only one that got picked and plucked out. And I was like, what the fuck? So I did a 23andMe because I was interested. I was like, are we really this? And apparently I'm Celtic, and I don't know what that means. Like,
You're a Viking.
no.
Is that not the same
Sarah,
thing?
Sarah is Viking.
Oh.
They're like Scandinavian
Yeah,
and
she's
Norwegian.
Icelandic.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
She's so hot.
yeah, she is.
God.
So Celtic is all the Ireland area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ireland,
Scotland,
Yeah.
Ireland.
and then
Okay.
and then like me, the Anglo-Saxons,
Yeah, the Saxons.
where they would charge you with saxophones.
Right.
You would hear them a mile away.
So, David, you came in here and you're an entrepreneur to the
I am.
max. Without getting into the other stuff that you guys do, which you've been very successful with, you've owned various restaurants here in town, and
He's
now-
a restaurateur.
he is, and you've owned stuff here, and then you migrated down to the South Valley. Tell me about your experience in the past like few years opening up like eateries in the South Valley and how that's gone.
Well, I left my 6-figure job
Mhm.
to do something crazy and work for myself. And it's been madness. And I started with a pizza factory here in Fresno.
Did you toss them? And were they in fact awesome?
They were awesome. And I tossed everyone in town because I was the only one that could do it. So
It was good.
You hear that?
Period.
He was tossing.
The first time I ever met them, they were looking for a location close to his store. And we had listed a house near there. And I went and I met them. And I was like, oh, no shit. And I loved that pizza. I would order it regularly.
No, Pizza Factory's a banger.
And
they still have the best jingle ever.
ever.
We toss them. They're awesome.
Pizza Factory.
They're not quite small anymore. They're owned by fat brands now. So,
Oh, okay.
By those fat cats in New York.
Yeah.
but they're
big
still
money
great pizza.
backers.
Great pizza.
Yeah.
That was a great company. I sold that because we wanted to do something different, and we started looking at the South Valley.
Mhm.
I'm from there, so I grew up in Tulare. And we opened. We actually bought out a pickle deli sandwich shop, and we've been running that for the last couple years, along with a good friend of mine here in Fresno who has one. And then we were like, we want to expand, and we found a shop that was going out of business, wanted to sell quickly, and it was a salad shop. We bought that place out and took it over and tried to run it like a salad shop,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't doing well. So we said, forget it. And we closed it.
The previous owner's stink was too stinky on it. Is that
Yeah. People say they loved it, but the business just wasn't there. So
Can I ask, like, how do salad places become a thing? Because like sweet tomatoes lasted a long time.
Whoa. I'll answer this. Me and Sarah, intellectual property owned by the Do Over podcast. Thank you. You cannot find like good on the go salads. You just can't.
No.
And we wanted to do this thing called the Chop Shop, which was a various like salads, almost like a Chipotle style, pick your bed, get your toppings, and then basically charge by weight. Right.
So it's like a yogurt land.
They'll hate you.
Huh?
They'll hate you.
Why?
Charge by weight.
Oh, okay. Well, but that's the only fair way to do it.
Did you guys just hear a doorbell?
Yeah, what is that? What was that?
Oh.
And someone's calling me from Dinuba?
Bruh.
Hello, this is Drew.
Damn it, Dinuba.
No. Fuck off. Sorry.
It was the partner.
You know what, Dinuba? Put Dinuba on timeout.
Yeah, put Dinuba. Timeout. Yeah, your timeout from chatting, Dinuba.
Dinuba.
Yeah. Where was I?
You were talking about the chop shop.
Okay, so
where
the
you were
chop
having
shop.
a salad shop, but everybody was dressed like they were a mechanic.
Anyways, that's a good idea.
Get me in marketing.
I wanted to take over in like an old oil station or gas station like that and call it the Chop Shop and serve burgers and like stuff like that.
See, I like that.
I've been looking for a building like that for a long time. Oh yeah.
Oh, then we'll talk off air. We'll see what.
And then you could call like your big burger the Heavy Chevy.
Yeah.
Elliott's getting high on his own supply right now. But anyways, like to have like an easy on the go good salad option is a good idea, but like you do have to have people that regularly want to eat salad.
And that's what we would get some positive feedback. We get like, oh, we love salad, but the turnout, like we're like, well, where's all the people then?
Yeah.
You know?
Probably just a bunch of skinny influencers.
Let's
go to my favorite salad spot.
Yeah.
The nurses and stuff would come once a week, but twice a week, but it just
I love salad.
Shout out nurses.
Every time I get a to-go salad, like from Sprouts, I end up having raging diarrhea. Can we not?
Dude, she has raging diarrhea about everything.
She could sneeze and have raging.
She's drinking a pinkity drinkity, and that's gonna give her raging diarrhea in like 30 seconds.
It's gonna be a stinkity in a second. Bro, I am cooking today.
I'm gonna apologize for their behaviors.
What are you talking about? I'm throwing it all out.
We have a respectful business owner in our studio right now.
He has a braid.
That makes me not respectful.
He's cool. He's cool like
cool.
that.
Yeah, he's got a rat tail.
Like that.
That's how
like
you
that.
let people know that you're cool.
Yeah.
Is that you have a braid.
What'd you say?
Oh, I'm
What
sorry.
now?
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
You're not intimidated?
Oh,
What about now?
that shut me up.
You got to be brave to face the braid.
That's so good. So wasn't working out. So you changed the concept, and that is a lot of work in and of itself. But I do give you credit because you do kind of just like ball out and do it. So what's the new concept that's going on right now?
So we created this from the ground up. We took ideas from like 3 or 4 different restaurants across where we've been to and tried and we liked. And we do mac and cheese. and grilled cheese sandwiches. And it's build your own style specialties.
Okay.
We do build your own pasta.
Ooh.
We do stuffed potatoes,
Oh my god.
and we do flatbread pizza.
I love that he went from
damn.
salad and he's like, how about
How about we just add a mess ton of calories?
everything that everyone actually wants to eat?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. No one wants the salad.
It's like, what if we did salad, but instead of lettuce, we made it mac and cheese?
Yes, exactly. And that's what we did. As a matter of fact, all these people that said, "Oh, we love the salad shop," they're like, "Oh, this is so much better."
Cool story,
Yeah,
bro.
I know, bro.
Here's mac and cheese.
I know.
Yeah, cool story, dude. Here's a pound of mac and cheese.
Eat this.
Bro.
See what happens.
You want salad? There's grass outside. All right, bud.
No, well, I'm very proud of you, dude. I know I'm not trying to kiss your ass, but
No.
it's like it's hard. What people don't get, especially when you're like this kind of a business owner, right? Is that you do need consistent support from the community to come
Absolutely.
through.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I love the fact we're laughing right now, but it's like, oh, you like salad? Yeah, how about a stuffed baked potato?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Who would have thought
yeah.
like the key to success for every restaurant is just melty cheese?
I love it. I love it, dude.
That's what I
like,
thought. Well, you can't go wrong with
You
cheese.
can't, dude. You can't. It's
He
like
wakes-
a winning formula.
He wakes up, it's like it came to me in a dream,
Yeah.
guys. Melted queso.
It's fucking true. It's true. So how's the turnout been? How has it been? Like, when did you guys like launch? It was only a few
So-
months ago, right?
Yeah, we opened 2 months ago.
Okay.
Officially opened 2 months ago. And things have been good. I mean, it's kind of tailed off. A lot of people still don't know we're there. You know, we haven't done any
Mhm.
marketing other
Right,
than
yeah.
So where are you guys located exactly?
we are on Main Street,
Main
104
Street.
East Main. We're across the street from a Starbucks,
Okay.
right off of Court.
See, that's funny because in Visalia, before, like, if anything opened, everyone would know about it
Mhm.
immediately, right? But now it's getting a little bit more populated and stuff like that. So,
Well, the Main Street's tough because there's a different clientele on Main Street than
Mhm.
the rest of Visalia.
right.
You know, and we plan to expand and go to Mooney somewhere or to the North Visalia because it's growing out there. But
Right.
we got to see how this one does. But it's okay. It's doing well. I got a lot of people are really positive about it. They say they love it, and hopefully they just keep coming
Well,
back.
and that's what matters. No, I want to taste this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we have different things, or is it all the same thing?
No, it's different. So I
No,
brought
it looks all different here.
I brought a.
Hang on a second, guy. Hang on a second. The hell's that?
That is broccoli.
What the hell's that?
What? It's broccoli, fool. Don't be a bitch. Eat the broccoli.
So you have to have a little something so you can say, hey, it's still good for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Broccoli
It's
is good for you.
It's like broccoli cheddar soup. Like, look, there's
Exactly.
broccoli in that cheese.
I mean, we have one heart healthy item on the menu.
Which is what he's like. We
It's
do
our-
have one.
it's our
we
chicken.
have one heart healthy.
It's just a chicken breast.
That's it. No. It's a chicken sweet and sour bowl. So it's chicken,
Ooh.
That sounds
broccoli, cauliflower, carrots with a hot mango sauce and a sweet Asian sauce.
That
sounds
sounds
good.
That
bomb.
sounds all right. That
Okay.
sounds like a banger.
That it does. So
Sounds like a.
let's go ahead and get some tasting in because
So this is our street corn bowl.
Okay.
Ooh, I love street
It's
corn.
Elote
like-
having elote.
It
Let's
is
go.
like elote. It's my take off of elote street corn.
okay.
Are we
th-
fingering this? We just giving a little.
There's
Each of
forks
you
right
have a
I
there.
didn't
fork,
see the
bro.
forks. I did not see the forks.
Are we
Jesus Christ.
fingering
I thought we were just going.
There, hand me one.
You want this one? Well, too bad. You're getting this one.
So this is our roasted street corn with queso, poblano queso,
Ooh.
and garlic parmesan aioli. Comes with tahini.
That's bomb.
That's incredible.
That's really good. You know, it would be really good to dip chips into this too.
Yeah, I do inappropriate things for that.
Yeah, that's really bomb.
So people like to take that and they like to put it on top of potatoes. They put it on pizza. So any of our bases, which is
That would make-
potato, pizza, pasta, or flatbreads, you can put any of our styles on it.
Got it.
That
So-
would make an
Yeah.
incredible baked potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can start with either a bed
Yeah.
of mac and cheese, a potato, flatbread, anything like that.
Correct.
Mm.
And then add this as a topper.
Correct.
Or you can
A
build it
style.
out however you want.
This
Okay.
is getting the.
This is bomb, dude.
This is getting the
Mhm.
Jams double bite
Mhm.
seal of approval.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I didn't take a lactate this morning.
No! Jams. I blame you. Okay, so what's this over here?
So this one here is our engineer Alfredo. It is Alfredo pasta with cavatappi pasta noodles,
Okay.
grilled chicken, broccoli, poblano cheese, tomatoes, and bacon.
So you can say this is actually probably a healthier option.
Yeah, it's like keto.
I mean, it's pasta, but it has
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It has less cheese than everything else because it's
Right.
actual pasta.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here
Okay.
we go.
Because we have our mac and cheese styles and then we have our pastas.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay. Elliot,
Here we go.
do you need help, bud?
Here we go. Hang on, I'm getting everything.
Okay. There you go. Wow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There you go.
That was wild to witness. Right here.
Elliot.
He literally went,
Now, there's broccoli in that, Elliot. Is it passing the old Elliot test?
You know, there's two things I'm not the biggest fan of when it comes to sloppity woppity good food,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And that is healthy foods like actual vegetables
Yeah. Greens.
or tomatoes. But I gotta say, that's darn tootin' good.
Darn tootin'.
That's darn tootin' good. Or put a little sheriff badge on that. That's darn tootin' good.
that is good.
Okay.
The broccoli is like
Okay,
perfectly like kind of crispy, but not.
Ooh, now this looks like a sexy little number right here.
So this here is our giant potato.
That is
Oh.
hang on, I want the camera to see. This is
Yeah.
a football.
Yeah,
This is a football. Look at that. Look at that sucker.
That's bomb.
that
That's good.
that is good.
We use the largest
really
potatoes
good.
that they grow that we can find, but they're
Mhm.
largest potatoes when we serve them. So this is our pork burnt ends
Mm,
with cheddar cheese and green onions.
mm.
It's supposed to have some onion straws on it, but my employee forgot that. So
Unbelievable.
Fire him.
Fired.
Put his name out
Done.
there.
Who's the employer?
Who is that? So we
Who
know
is he?
not to talk.
What have you
him.
done to my straws?
Chris, you are on blast. You are in
Oh,
Oh,
it's always a guy named Chris.
damn it,
It's always
Chris.
someone named
It's always Chris.
That looks good, dude.
That's incredible.
Wait, you know me with potatoes.
That might be the best bite of food I've had in months.
So these are our 3 okay items.
Okay.
I
Wait,
couldn't
that's
bring-
okay?
I couldn't. Yeah, these are the okay ones. I couldn't
Your
bring the
eye.
other ones because they're not going to hold up.
They're not
well.
going to transfer well.
So 2 of our most popular would be the mac and cheese melt. So it's like a grilled cheese sandwich with mac and cheese and pork burnt and barbecue pork burnt ends on it.
sounds fucking.
Do you want to try this?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
that,
And the other one that's really popular
That
is
is-
called the Danenberger, named after myself, of course.
okay.
It is a grilled cheese with
Mm.
a hamburger,
Mm.
mac and cheese,
Mm.
and chipotle aioli.
Oh, dude.
Fun.
I think we might have to make a trip, Elliot.
Yeah.
And so this last dish I brought,
Only Elliot?
Well, I have to because Lady Jams is a potato fiend. So I got to get her one of these
Did you
double,
catch
triple
that?
loaded potato fiends.
I think we need to make a trip, Elliot.
Yeah.
Did you forget about someone else in the room?
This is so good.
Oh,
so this item here,
Ignore me.
Just don't acknowledge it.
ignore me.
Just don't acknowledge it.
God.
Okay, what is this
You
one?
can come too.
Okay.
Oh, this looks like a Philly
You
cheesesteak
don't
kind
do
of deal.
anything
Yeah.
with it.
this is our Philly mac and cheese.
Okay, Philly Mac.
Oh, damn it.
Look at that. Look at that
Orky
Philly
wants
Mac.
to come
Look at
try
that Philly
these.
Mac. Well,
Orky, come in here.
Orky.
Or, but you have to show everybody your beautiful face.
So this has cavatappi noodles. It has our queso poblano cheese. It comes with provolone melted cheese,
Oh, man.
Philly cheesesteak, and then usually it has a chipotle aioli, but I didn't have any at home.
Come on, get in here. Ow! Ow. That's incredible.
How is it?
It's so good.
Dude, it's really good.
Mm.
What I do like is that you have enough diversity on the menu to make it different. Like, there's
Right.
a lot of different options that you can make to kind of tailor it to like what you're feeling at that time. The barbecue's excellent, dude. Like that potato is crazy good. Like that's really excellent.
You good, blood?
Well, then we still do a lot of other things. Like we have,
I am at ovulation station right now. This is my favorite
Ovulation
thing.
station. You're gonna have to change the name. Ovulation
Yeah.
station.
so that is very popular in
Yeah.
the Philly,
Yeah.
but people like to get it in a melt, so a grilled cheese style.
Oh, yeah.
And then they like
God.
to get it over the pasta, and it just
So-
it's a banger. For
I got to
sure.
ask you, have you thought of implementing, because I know a lot of, and I've never been to Philly. I don't know Philly, but I know Cheese Whiz is kind of like a tradition with Philly cheesesteak, or at least certain recipes of Philly cheesesteak.
Well, there's
Whiz is
two-
a traditional.
There's two styles of Philly,
Mm-hmm.
and they go in different parts of Philadelphia.
Okay.
So one has cheese whiz with chopped onions and
Right.
the meat, and the other one is more of the California style cheese with peppers and onions and provolone. So this is the provolone style. You can get it with the cheddar cheese, which is a little better than the cheese whiz.
You could call it "Fill Me Up."
Fill me up.
Fill me up, Daddy.
Okay, let's calm down here.
Well, that one's called the Pride of Philly.
Okay.
That one's called the Lone Star. And that one's the engineer pasta. We have a train theme, so we kind of stick to the train.
This is hella good.
That's my favorite. The
you have
pasta.
a fucking winner here, dude.
Mhm.
Well, you haven't
Like-
tried the lobster mac and cheese.
Oh my God.
And you haven't tried the barbacoa.
This is such a good idea. I'm not, and again,
Well, we want to come to Fresno, so.
it's fucking great.
You should.
Like, this is excellent, dude.
Mhm.
Like, getting something like that for dinner, that's a full meal. You know, it'll fill you up. You probably save some of it, eat it later. But it's so good. Like, you crushed it on this one.
Oh
This
my-
is a great
Yeah.
concept.
Incredible.
Thank you.
This is a great and you built this from the ground up,
I did. I
Fucking
designed the menu.
awesome.
I built the menu myself.
and everything is seasoned so well.
And so
Mhm.
you left a 6-figure income job. What made you? Has this always been has food or has being a restaurateur always been just like a dream of yours? Has it always kind of been like itching at you?
So I've always wanted to own my own restaurant, my own business. And I've been in the food industry so long. And I got tired of working for other people.
Right.
My fiance was like, "You're a jerk when you come home from work. I want you to quit your job. You're an asshole. Stop it."
Period.
And she beat up on me for a while until finally I was like, "Okay, I quit."
Women
And-
beating men. I love it.
And she was just like, "You're so much happier when you're running your own business, which allows me to do my hobby, allows me to have some fun."
So what is your hobby then?
So
Be honest.
I play Magic the Gathering.
Okay, so no.
Hey,
Look at his
what
hand.
a
Look at his
dork.
hand. Okay,
That is kind of cool. Though.
that is the it's the Black Lotus.
The Black
right?
Lotus.
The
yes.
Black Lotus.
looks very purple.
which is
Yeah.
the chase card of the original MTG. What was it?
Alpha Beta
No, it was 1994.
1984.
1994. The original chase card in the original set was the
Wow.
Black Lotus, and he is a competitor.
I am.
So let me ask you.
He'll drive to compete.
I will.
Aren't you competing today?
We'll play today. I'm going to Vegas though for the
Sick.
qualifiers.
Very cool. Let me ask you because I've heard some of these card tournaments get a little smelly. What group or what fan base is smellier, Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh? I heard Yu-Gi-Oh is real smelly, and they had to set like rules up that you had to bathe.
Are you serious?
I think
because people were just grimy.
I think Magic the Gathering has come a long way since I started playing it.
Right.
It's way more mainstream
Yeah,
too.
it's way more mainstream. So a lot of those people that
The
believe in
grindies.
no soap or whatever,
Mhm.
they're less dominant
Have you
in the field.
Are you excited for the Magic the Gathering cinema universe they're going to do?
If it goes through, yeah.
Were you
They've been
big on
talking
the
about that
lore?
for like 20 years.
Were you big on the lore?
The
Like
lore's great. It's
the
hard to
MTG
keep up
lore?
with, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the lore. It's I got into it because of the artwork, really.
Yeah. No,
You
that's
know?
what everyone latched onto was the Magic the Gathering artwork.
Yeah.
That's really like, well, and I've heard some people like that are in the Magic the Gathering kind of like community kind of getting pissed about a lot of like the tie-ins that they're doing with
Yeah,
other
the
brands.
Beyond
How do
Universe.
you feel about that?
You know, I like some of it. Some of it's cool. I think it's good because it brings light to the game. Because people call us nerds or whatever, but I'm a business owner, so
Yeah.
Well,
I think
hold on.
you're cool.
I
It's
make
okay.
banging food.
Hold on,
No.
David.
I make
David,
bomb food.
Hold on. You do. This is fucking hella good.
I've been eating this the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not kissing your butt here. That's excellent. This is such a good
This
fucking
is so
idea.
good.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a dork though.
Yeah. Well, nowadays.
Nowadays
Yeah.
it is.
Nowadays
But
it
you
is.
come back from the days, and I
Yeah.
was talking. Me and Elliott have talked about this. It was social suicide.
Yeah.
To be into the shit that is so mainstream
Yeah.
now. Like you have hot, super banging ass women doing card breaks
Yep.
for Magic the Gathering and playing, and you're like, why wasn't this when I was growing up?
Well, you
Like,
got these hot, beautiful women that are dressing up as cosplay. All
Yeah.
for Magic. Why? Because Magic the Gathering cards, like the woman portrayed in them, they're beautiful.
yeah.
You know, Liliana and Chandra, like they represent them as beautiful women.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Shout out Liliana.
Is that a cartoon, Liliana, or is it a person?
It's
It's a person in a game.
in a
She's like
game.
the queen of the underdead. Like
Yeah.
But is it like in a cartoon form? Or
No.
is it like hentai? Is what I meant.
It is not.
No.
Okay.
No.
They do have hentai versions.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering is a competitive trading card game.
Yeah.
That is.
I've heard of it.
It's very serious. Like the way.
Is it different than Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes. But it's very serious. Like the
Yeah.
way that people go about Magic.
I mean, the rule book is thicker than the Bible.
Really?
And also there's no dwarf humor.
And I was a level 2 judge at one point. There's 5 levels.
Okay.
And I judged major events. So I won a major event and won,
Swag.
I don't know, 30 grand back in the day.
Damn.
Well, I mean, Kai Booty, who's a famous German Magic player, like he won. He's 1.5 million a year playing.
We got to get you
Magic.
shaking your Kai booty and win some of these tournaments, man.
So
I'll be your manager.
Have you ever
What in the
left
world?
a competition where, let's say, you had tuned a deck and you're like, man, this is a well-rounded kind of steamrolled deck, and someone just comes in with something you did not expect and just crushed you like first round?
Man, that happens all the time.
Does it?
Because a lot of people play the meta, or they're going to play what's the hottest, and you'll have these random peoples, and usually I'm the random person, but
Right.
you have these random people that are just like, I'm going to build this jank deck that crushes all these decks, but it's not going to win unless I'm playing against these types of decks.
Right.
Mhm.
But you have like 4 or 5 top decks that everybody tends to choose from and play. And then you have these random people that are like, okay, I know that that's what everybody's going to play. So what can I play that I
Like
can pilot?
They might not have a deck to win
Yeah.
the tournament, but they have a deck to beat that specific deck.
The main
yeah.
decks in the tournament.
Gotcha.
Are
Okay.
you able to employ 2 different decks to pick the situation against who you're playing, or do you like, how does it work?
Single deck. So if you go to a major tournament, you have one deck, you register one deck, it's 60 cards with 15 sideboard. That's what you have to use the entire time.
Really?
If you get deck checked and everything's different, done.
No
GG's.
way.
Yeah.
No way.
GG for sure.
And then you're going to Vegas?
Yeah, I'm going to Vegas. There's a regional tournament there, but
Mhm.
it's the Final Fantasy set's coming out.
Yeah.
So they're gonna probably draft a whole bunch of that stuff. So I'll probably
Mhm.
play and
You're
draft.
gonna go
a
like
bunch of that stuff.
a box break out there? Do you like when you buy a box and you make a deck and then you play against people?
Well, you don't buy a box, but it's called drafting. So you get 3 packs and
Mhm.
you open one at a time, and you take one card out of each pack at a time, and you pass.
Got
And
it.
then you make the best 40 card deck that you can play, and then you play against everybody, and winner gets
That's pretty
different
cool.
things.
Yeah, no,
I like
that's
that.
cool.
It's like
Yeah.
gambling.
Magic, I tried to get back into Magic about a decade ago because I was playing the computer game.
Oh, the
right?
arena, yeah.
Yeah. And I really started digging it to the point where I'm like, all right, let's go get, physical cards so I can start playing. And then when I did that, and then my friend really broke down like what it takes, right? Like the rules and how
Yeah.
he would just crush me. And I got very kind of newbie waved
Yeah.
where you feel like it's just too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is the best advice you can give someone that wants to get back into Magic? Like where to start? What kind of resources do they have that would be beneficial to them?
The way people play now is called Commander,
Mhm.
and it's a 100 card deck, and 4 people play at a time. It's a group setting. It's really social, really fun. You can get into a group that's like, okay, what level are we playing? You can
Mhm.
play a 5, you can play a 1. As
Mhm.
long as the group's playing the same level. People interact and have fun. For the newbies, I mean, when I first started, I played with the pros out in the Bay Area in San Jose, and I got crushed every day, every second,
Right.
every time. I didn't know nothing, but that's how I learned.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, and these guys would just crush me and have no mercy.
But
But
that's how
I
you learn.
learned.
That's how you learn though.
So as a newbie, you can't take that. You gotta just be like, okay, I saw what he did. I
Right.
know what he did, and just learn from it and keep getting crushed. Keep playing, keep getting crushed, and then just update your deck. It'll click at one point. You'll be like, oh, that's how that works.
right.
And then there's so many different rulings. You just have to listen to them and then start to understand.
Because when he says that the rule book is thicker than the Bible, Jess,
Yeah.
he's absolutely being honest.
Your
It's-
wife is texting me.
Oh God. Anyways, so
My girl.
David,
David,
I have a question.
she's got a question.
How long do these? Because I played D&D with them one time, and I literally wanted to die. Is Magic longer.
She's really fun.
No,
she's really fun when she's doing something she definitely wants to do.
I'm gonna bring this food. You guys talk. I'm gonna take the food to Orcs.
Yeah, sure.
D&D runs campaigns, right? You guys are 4 hours, 8 hours.
We
a
did
day,
it one
a week,
day.
You know,
How long was it? Like
It was like maybe 5 hours.
it was longer than that.
We were there for about 4 or 5 hours.
It felt like my whole life.
most Magic games are anywhere from like a Commander Magic game can be for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. If it's really grindy, like really control, it can be up to 4.
That surprises me that it would be shorter just because there's
it's constant. Like a match. Think of it as like a sports match, you know? Like it's constant. It's back and forth the whole time, almost like a chess match.
You're always trying to kill your opponent. That's your goal, is to kill your opponent. You're not looking into dungeons trying to kill a monster. You're trying to kill your opponent.
Gotcha.
They have 20 life. You want to get it down as fast as
I'd probably do better at that just because it's constant. D&D was too slow for me.
It's just the rules. Like you'll see when people like the guys that know the rules and know the game, like it'll get to the point where it's like halfway done and they'll just show their hand and the other guy's like,
yeah,
you know, like
because
everything
goes onto a stack and then it gets resolved.
Yeah.
So every time somebody puts something on the stack, everybody gets priority. That means they get a chance to play something. Mm-hmm. If they play something, then priority starts over, and then it builds this stack, and it goes first, last in, first out, and then it goes off, and all the spells get resolved that way.
Oh, okay.
And then in between, you're allowed to respond again with abilities and spells, and it's just it can get hectic.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you got into Magic the Gathering, it would be a tear shed moment for me for you breaking through your nerd barrier.
Oh my God. I'm nerdy in my own way.
Yeah, but no, not really.
Not like, one bit.
Not one bit. Like you don't watch anything. You don't.
What?
You don't like anything. But if
you ever watch The Righteous Gemstones?
No, I didn't.
You would like it.
I didn't have time.
God.
I didn't have time.
Anyways, we got to focus on David. David, thank you so much for coming in.
David, you're the best.
Tell everyone
your food is delicious.
It's legit good, dude.
Thank you.
It's like this. I always judge because you'll get people coming in and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got new food," and then you'll try it and it's either seasoned off or whatever. There is no cap. That was excellent. It's seasoned perfectly. That barbecue potato, dude. What the fuck?
Just think how much better it'll be if it was fresh.
It's like right there, you know. So tell everyone where you're at, where they can find you, what your hours of operation are.
So we are 104 East Main Street in Visalia. We are open from Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8. And Friday and Saturday, we're open 11 to 10. And then Sunday, we're only open 11 to 4.
Got it.
For the church crowd. We have Instagram. You can find us on Instagram.
And I'll tag it when we release this episode. I'll tag it and all that good stuff.
I'm going to follow it right now.
We deliver on our website. If you order through our website, themeltingstation.com, we'll deliver. I think it's a 5-mile radius. We're on Uber Eats. We're on DoorDash. So you can find us. We're out there.
Boom.
Yep.
We do
the
catering.
Melting Station.
Right there. Follow
it or zoom in on
It's
that.
legit great.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's like stupid good. And it's such, and I'm, again, not kissing your ass, but that's such a great concept to have like a base.
That was damn good.
Like different bases, like that way. And then to build it off, but have so many different options. Like you can legit go almost every day and just try something new, right? Because of the way
that's what I was hoping to bring people back. You know, got to have something new.
Hey, look at that. We already have people ordering from your place.
Yeah.
I just placed my order. Shout out IREC, because you're about to IREC your stomach.
I know. I'm actually a little fearful.
You're fine. Eat food. We're off our diets, dude.
I know, but I didn't lactate this morning.
You're fine. If you poopy, you poopy. What, dude?
True dat.
This is to kick off us not being on our diet anymore. And I appreciate you coming in and talking about your local business, support local, doing that South Valley thing. Maybe possibly in the future have one in Fresno, and you'll know that we'll be over that like crazy. But it's a great concept and incredible food. We got people in the chat ordering right now.
That's
Enjoy it.
And also, quick question. One, why don't you give us that Instagram one more time? And also, do you offer catering?
Our Instagram is at the Melting Station, and we do catering. We do potato bars, and we do mac and cheese by the pan. Any style you want. So
you heard it here first on the Do Over podcast. Go and support local. To David Danenberg.
Thank you very much for having me in. I appreciate it.
You'll catch them at the Magic the Gathering competitions, all right? Get one, son.
Right, because we found the magic. It's in the food.
It's in the food.
It's in the food.
And now stay here. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
This break is brought to you by Frank Sierra Finished Carpentry and Sierra Door Supply, providing and installing all your doors, custom closets, and decorative molding needs. Now, just a little pro tip. We've had the luxury of working with Frank Sierra, and I got to tell you, their work perfect every time and incredibly fast and consistent. So whether you're in Tulare, Kern, Kings, and Fresno counties, the Sierras will come to you and offer excellent customer service and experience. Give a call to Anthony Sierra, your friendly neighborhood finish carpenters, for a free quote today at 559-623-3054. Thanks again for supporting the Do Over podcast.
And we're back. Another round of applause for David Danenberg. You know,
I like names that have the same letter.
sounds like a comic book.
Yeah.
Doug Dimmadome.
Like Wade Watts.
Yeah. You know, the thing is that making sure you're in frame there. The thing is that I haven't been there yet, so I didn't know. I knew it looked good, but then like that potato was crazy, dude.
Well, I thought the potato was going to be like the clear runaway, and then I had a bite of that Philly cheese, mac and cheese. And
Yeah.
Man.
It's good stuff. So the melting station on Main Street.
Go to the melting station.
104 East Main in Visalia. Go and support local.
Yeah, that can be your main.
Now, what was the question that the chat gave you?
Oh,
when we were
each
off
gives
air?
us a hypothetical every week, and his was, for $10 million, do you go to prison for a year? You can bring somebody with you, but you get to decide if you split the money with them.
Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. Do we have to be in general population?
Probably.
Okay, so if we're in gym pop, I would not last in prison.
See,
I would not last in prison.
I think you'd be fine.
I think I'd get killed.
you'd probably have to join some
Yeah.
definitely not racist white guys.
I would have to get some like tattoos that I don't want to get.
You'd have to go
So-
American History X
Yeah. No.
until not, you know.
It's either that or like you go up to someone and you're like, listen, I'm going to get $10 million after a year. I will give you $1 million to protect me to make sure that I survive. Because if I die, there's no money. Right. And I'm like, it's legit. I'll get a lawyer out here. We'll sign a contract. I need your protection.
Do you do that with one of the guards or do you do that just with one of the inmates?
The guards are, no, I would do that with an inmate.
Mhm.
You have to do it with an inmate to be like, dude, I just don't want anyone. 365 days. If I make it to 366, you have $1 million. You and your family have $1 million, right? I think you could probably bribe someone to
What
protect
if he
you.
wants more than that?
Well, then I'd be like, no. $1 million
And then
to
he
keep me
would be
alive
like-
for a year is fine.
And he'd be like, "How does this toothbrush shank look?"
yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't feel as good as it looks.
No. Anyways, good morning. So we had our guests come in. We got
did.
some food. Okay. There's other things that we got going today, but let's get to a couple little pieces of housekeeping I want to throw out there. Okay. First of all, Horn Photo. Shout out Horn Photo.
Horn photo. Look at me.
Trade in, trade up event
We
this
love you.
weekend. You go to Horn Photo today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And if you're on YouTube, this already happened. But if you're live right now on Twitch, they're doing a thing where if you bring old cameras and camera gear and stuff, they'll buy it from you and or they'll give you an extra 10% to trade up to something new. This event is always big. Plus, they're going to have a bunch of camera reps out there to like, you know, if you have any questions, you want to do content creation or anything like that, they have your back. Or if you just want to like look into taking pictures, you know?
Yeah.
So go and hit up Horn Photo this weekend. Also, shout out to Groggs, Taps and Takes. Latest episode is up now
That's
where
right.
I randomly find out that I possibly had flooded a whole backyard.
We went from talking about sports to Drew in a panic sweat of, guys, I might have flooded a backyard and a house. I'll be back.
Yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking. Also, new sponsor potentially coming in.
Ooh.
What? And also, we're going to get to the literal bash coming up a little bit later with Jess's car, or no longer her car.
Mhm.
So let's get to our hump to hump. And Jess, I'm going to throw it to you. Okay.
Okay.
What's that blue beauty that's in?
I have a
blueser.
new car.
Yay!
I could cry.
So here's the
I
thing.
did cry.
But, yeah, I'm sure you've been
I
bawling
did.
off and on for like a week.
Yeah.
So we all know it's been a running gag that Jess drove a death trap, and it finally got to the point where she's like, I absolutely cannot safely drive this car anymore. And you had reservations about selling it to anyone because of the safety
Yeah.
aspect of it. And we came up with an idea like, hey, let's go back to our original idea of beating the shit out of this car, charging people money to do it, and having an event where we destroy your car. This is happening, by the way. By the way, this is going to happen. We are in the very beginning stages of getting.
There's no date yet.
There's no date yet. We're targeting end of summer for this. And the skeleton is starting to form. And we got some fantastic ideas, not only for you as a person that wants to drink beer and take swings at this car with a sledgehammer, but also for sponsors that maybe want to sponsor pieces of the car to help raise money to alleviate some of the payment proposition for Jess. She did get a new car. So give me the story. Like, you did the podcast last Friday, and didn't you immediately go out and start looking for a new car?
Well, I had a client, and then my mom and I went to the Kia dealership, and my mom, Silks was like, you need to take your mom with you because I'm so like, I don't care, la la la, you know. And my mom is not that bitch.
Right,
like if there's a man that's trying to like take advantage, if he's like, oh, for this car, you know, it's only this much more. Like, I would be like, oh, really? You know?
That's not a lot at all.
It's fine. Yeah. But my mom is not that bitch. So like, we were walking around. I saw this one car that I really, really loved. It's a little sedan. It has red seats and it is so girly pop. So the guy tells me, the OG guy tells me it's only $2,000 more than the car that I ended up with. Because I went there thinking I was for sure going to get that one.
Right.
And then I saw this other one and I was like, man, that's really freaking cute.
Yeah.
He was like, it's only $2,000 different. And I'm like, oh, freaking sold.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and
where do I sign?
Yeah. And my mom's like, actually, I think we need to go to Toyota because I love Toyota. And I was like,
well, you never know. You might be going during Toyota-thon.
Yeah. I was like, okay. So we left and I'm like, Mom, that guy for sure thinks we're such dicks. And she's like, good.
Yeah,
like,
I don't care.
As he should. So I go home and Silks is like, what do you think? And I was like, there's this one that I really, really love. And it has red seats and all the bells and whistles and da-da-da-da-da. So the next day, I'm like, let's go to Kia. And he's like, let's go somewhere else first. And I'm like, oh my God.
Like no one wants to just go to where you want to go.
Right. Like, why is nobody listening to me?
Right.
Like, he's like, we need to go here. We need to go here. We need to make sure.
Because you got to be right. You got to do things right, Jess.
I don't do that. I
Life
don't operate
takes
that
steps.
way. I don't operate that way. I see something, I like it, I get it. I don't even think twice about it. Like, it's not a good thing. I'm not saying it's good.
It's not a good thing, but it's not also not a bad thing. If you have good intuition and you consider the pros and cons and you weigh them and you just work a little bit quicker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well,
I know people that overanalyze things to the point of almost paralyzing themselves. Like they can't act because they overthink everything.
Well, and like before Silks bought the car he has now, he was driving a truck that barely ran. And it took him months to buy the car he has now because he was thinking of all the little things. I don't operate that way. I'm like, no, like I get overwhelmed. It like freaks me out. I don't want to do all that.
Right.
But we go to Volkswagen.
Ooh, that is, everybody knows hot girls drive Volkswagens.
They drive, that's exact. I said hot girls drive Jettas. So I test drove a Jetta and it was fine.
Yeah.
I really loved the car salesman more than I loved the car. Like,
did you drive any of their SUVs or kind of like their bigger cars?
I looked in them. I looked in a van, one of the Volkswagen buses. They have those now.
I kind of want a bus. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
the electric one?
Yes. So I looked at that and I was like, so freaking cool, but unnecessary. I don't have like 87 kids to lug around. Like,
well, I don't feel like that's for them. Like when I think of the vans, that's a shaggin' wagon.
Yeah, but the thing about the bus though is like the bus is so cool.
It's
like
so
it's
cool.
so iconic, man.
Yeah, and
that's always been the car. Like if I could like build up a car, like be like my passion project car build, it would be a bus.
Well, and they're really cool. So, but yeah, so I looked at it and I was like, I can't justify that. But I did drive the Jetta. The Jetta was cute. The car salesman was a little zesty, and I loved that. Like, he was like, girl, this.
You'll love this shit.
Literally, he's like, this is for you.
We'd be matching Jettas.
Yeah, literally. Apparently, he was all in on it, and he was probably 5'2". I love a short king.
There you go. Clip that and put it out there.
We
so you
know
don't get
that is factually false. That is canonically false, Jess, and you know
canonically.
that.
Look at him with his big words.
32,
today.
all of a sudden, your vocab is crazy.
Canonically, chronologically, atheology, their words. Don't worry about my words.
I'm impressed.
Guitar's going to give me a jet. I don't know if you guys saw this.
So you went and you checked those out.
So I was like, take me to freaking Kia. I was like, this isn't, I'm sorry. I know what I want. And so he's like, okay. So we go and I'm like, bring out the car with the red seats. The guy's like, oh, cool. Okay. So he brings it out. And I'm like, oh my God, I love her. Like, she's so cute.
Me and her both have flaps.
Literally,
we're like twinsies.
Twinsies. And Silks is like, oh, these seats are really cute, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's only $2,000 more than this one. And he's like, oh, okay. And so we're test driving it. And I'm like talking, I have a new guy this time, right? And I'm like, so how much does this one go for? Almost $15,000 more than the other one.
What?
It's those damn red seats.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Did you call the other?
He wasn't there conveniently. And so
yeah, he's texting him, don't pick up the phone.
Literally, I was like, wait a minute. What? It was like between 12 and 15 something.
Right.
And I was like, no.
Right.
I'm like, well, now I can't get it.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I can't do that. And the guy was like, oh, well, and he was not going to budge. Like, he was like, this is what it is.
I wonder how he got that so messed up.
I think he was just trying to be so smooth with me, and my mom was with me, and my mom was very much like, well, she needs this and this and this and this and this and this. And the guy was like, okay. Like, I think he was just sick of us. Like,
I would have just got a new person. I would have been like, dude, we don't like you. Give me someone else. That's
we
what
don't like you.
Well,
go get Philip over there.
Well, they work.
You're in.
So the guy we worked with the day before was this guy's like manager. So they worked together. And I was like, well, your homeboy told me this. And he was like, oh, no. And I was like, damn, okay.
You just going to do that to your boy like that?
Yeah, I was like, okay. But the car I ended up getting is super, super cutesy wootsy.
Have you given her a name yet?
No, I can't think of one.
I like Bluey.
Blue Harmony.
But I think it needs to be
Sounds like a
something like
perfume.
very sexy. Like
All right,
it needs to be a strippery kind of name.
Sexy.
Like
Roxanne.
she has huge boobs. Roxanne could be a good one.
Roxy.
We call her Roxy. Yeah. Like something that she for sure is like a lady of the night.
What about like Beverly?
Beverly sounds like a grandma.
I laid on top of my Beverly.
Indigo, Iris.
What about Donna?
Morgan,
Hot
Marin,
Donna.
Navy, Sky,
Ginger.
Robin, Pearl.
Eddie.
Shut up. Pearl, Sapphira.
Wasn't that my D&D name?
Georgia.
Georgia.
I don't know, man, but you have to name her.
I do.
What about
the Jeep's name was Miranda because her license plate was 0MUR, like Mur, and so that turned into Miranda.
What if you just did like Nirvana or something?
What about okay, so all cars that you have that are iconic in your past all have names, right? Like we had Big Mama. Okay.
Big Mama.
Did you even name the Jag?
Nah.
No, you didn't.
The Jag is a man too. Like, what's his name?
It's not.
The Jag. You think the Jag is a woman?
It's actually unlucky to name your car a male name. You're supposed to name your car a female name.
Yeah, it's the Jag is sophisticated. It's curvy.
I think the Jag's name is Donna. That's Donna.
No, a Jaguar.
He's all Lady Jams. There's only one Lady Jams. It's LJ. Because anything is Lady Jams. Everything's Lady Jams.
Nah, it's got to be like Midge or something.
Midge.
Bridget.
So I have Nikki, which is my Tesla, and then
Nikki's my drunk alter ego.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I had Black Bumper, right? I had the pickle. The pickle
I
was.
do like the pickle.
The pickle
My
was
minivan's name is Bertha.
Bertha's good.
Bertha is a minivan
Bertha's a good
name.
one.
Big Bertha.
So here's an open prop for you, everyone in the chat and on the comment section. Go ahead and tell us what you think Jess should name her new car, and we'll have a picture of it right here. Porky. And then you go ahead and you let us know. Now, Jess, you were also saying during the process of buying, someone went a little daddy on you.
Yep.
You want to tell me that daddy story?
Yeah. So we were talking to the finance guy, and Silks just went full daddy on me.
Did he Riz face just like?
Well, he just I don't know. He's so like professional.
Right.
He knows when to turn on like professional Silks.
Yeah, sometimes it scares me. Like I don't know if I should even talk.
He
like,
goes from silky to silks real quick, like, you know?
yeah,
Well, he's an attorney, so he should
he knows
have
what
some,
he's doing.
He shouldn't have some level of like ownership over a conversation.
Yeah.
So
And so I was like, I'm just not going to talk. I don't know what the vibe is.
Mhm.
I also like, not to trauma dump, but my ex put me in a bunch of debt, right? That I've been having to pay off for forever. And so I'm like, I'm totally comfy putting 0 down. I don't care. Like, I'll just buy the car.
What if you name her Debbie in honor of you not having to go into debt?
Well, I'm still having to pay it off.
yeah, she's technically in debt. What are you talking about?
Well, then Debbie.
Elliot, let her tell the story. Go
Well, then
ahead.
Debbie, because you're in horrible debt now.
Debty. And so I'm like, I'm totally fine for what I have really good credit. I might be in debt, but I pay it really well. So
Right.
like my credit's good. And so I was able to get my payment pretty low. It was like $4 something a month. And I was like, oh my God, period. Like, and that's with 0 down. Like,
Right.
hell yeah, dude. Like, I'll take it. And Silks is like, no, in the long run, that's not going to benefit us. No. And I'm like,
Damn.
okay.
Is it
like,
hot in here?
I know I'm all,
Jess is all- Yeah, Jess is all slipping off her seat.
I know.
Oh, I got snail trails.
Well, and I'm immediately like, okay.
She's all like, whatever you think.
Daddy. And it was funny because the finance guy, he was like typing with a purpose. Like he was like, like he was like, he like meant business. And Silks handed him a check and he was like looking at me like, you cool with that? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so Silks got the overall price point down and wrote a check and handed it over. He didn't buy the whole car,
No.
but he was
He
very
did
generous. so-
Definitely help out.
yes, he was very generous.
So round of applause for Silks.
Yeah.
As we know him as Zaddy.
Zaddy. And so definitely I hate that.
What, the yes, daddy?
Yeah, I really do
All
it
right,
again.
I'll give her it.
Do it
You want to do it
Do
again?
it again. Yes, Daddy. That was me as soon as that was happening. And so, but yeah, so obviously like any like dollar make, I'm like, do you want it back?
You're like,
do you want my money?
Me lord.
I know.
In offering, me lord.
Well, and it's like we are not roommatey as far as finances goes. It's
Right.
very much like we got it together. It's not a big deal. And
Right.
so like he's like, it's fine. And I'm like if I like, you know, every day I make money every day, right? Doing
Yeah.
my job. So I'm like, I made this much money. Do you want this? And he's like, it's gonna be both of ours anyway. It's fine.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually feel like I it's a trauma thing, but I don't accept things well. So I have this like huge guilt over me,
Mhm.
even though if he's the type that's like, if he didn't want to do it, he would not do
this
it.
motherfucker's gonna ask you to marry him.
I
Like, dude, straight up. No. Okay.
And if not, he's going to
Can-
take the car.
Can I give you my synopsis? You know him way better. He's one of your best
yeah,
friends.
old crispy Critterfer.
So let me give you my synopsis here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just knowing of him and how he is. This is, of course, we're talking about just his man, Critterfer,
Critifer.
but
crispy Critterfer.
Silks. And he is a lot like Sarah,
Mhm.
like the way that they look and approach things in life.
Very
okay.
logical.
Yes, very, very logical. And Sarah, if she didn't want to do something, she would absolutely not do it.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter, right? If he is okay dropping that money for a down payment for you on a car that you're living with them, and you know, like you're kind of like just like,
You're
Right.
melting together.
I mean, I would be shocked if he doesn't ask you to marry him before the end of the year. Like I would be literally shocked.
Setting up a timetable.
I don't know.
I would be shocked.
I don't know. I think that if he doesn't, he's dumb. Just kidding.
Do you think he'll do it in like a theme?
Oh my God.
Do you think like
No, you know what it would be? It would be a random Tuesday that we weren't doing anything, that I wouldn't expect a thing. And he'd be like, oh, by the way, that's how it would go.
Nah, I see a different. You guys are going to be at the racetrack.
Oh God.
You guys are going to be at the racetrack or like you're going to go goat karting or something. You're going to have a really fun date, right?
Did you say goat cart?
Whatever it is.
You're going to go goat karting.
Whatever it is. Shut up. You're interrupting the story.
Did you call them goat carts your whole life?
I don't know.
Elliot?
Go-karts?
Did you call them goat carts your whole life?
I don't know. Now you're making me think, and I don't want to right now. I'm trying to have a special moment.
Okay, go.
God.
Okay.
You guys are going to go bumper karting.
So,
and
Jatham Statham is going to grow up, and he's going to be like,
dude,
don't
bring up NASCAR, baby. You know I'll go full NASCAR, baby.
Okay.
Go. No, you guys are going to go bumper karting or whatever the word is. Shut up. And he's going to finish first because he has to beat you. He has to beat you.
As he normally does.
Well, no, he has to because he has to get everything set up. And then you're going to get there and you're going to be like, why didn't you wait for me? And he's going to be like, because I want you to cross the finish line of life with me. Boom.
Do you think?
And then you guys you're going to say, oh my God, yes. And then you guys are going to kiss behind a checkered flag.
Do you think?
Is that not romantic?
God,
Sure.
I just gave like
God,
all of the South's wet dream come true right there.
Be for real. Do you think he would do something like that? Be for real.
I don't. I think
do
what
would
you
not.
said.
Do I think? No.
Do you hope for?
But do I hope he asked me to help? Yes.
What about you? How are you going to ask Lady Jams to marry you?
Can't tell her.
I know.
I know how I'm going to do it. I can't tell her. She'll listen. She knows. She's in the chat. I know she is.
When is the exact time and day this weekend that you're going to... Oops.
Nope.
Oops, sorry. I made a floppy.
No. I had to pinky promise her that I wasn't proposing
I
to
made
her.
a floppy.
I made a floppy.
But you know what? I actually did think about this. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. He's going to be in Hawaii with the whole
It
family.
is a really good opportunity.
And if she says no, I leave her there.
And then, right.
Good luck starting life over. No, I made her a promise I wasn't going to spring a proposal on her during our family trip. But I never said I wouldn't propose to her this year. Or maybe next year. Or maybe 2 years from now. Or
It's
maybe
good.
tomorrow.
It's going to be like a...
Lady Jams, by the time you're watching this, it's too late. No, I'm kidding. No, I wouldn't do that. No,
He would totally do that.
He would.
No, I had to promise her because she said she'd beat me up if I did it in Hawaii. And
Why? She doesn't want it there?
No, she just said like she wasn't prepared and she
Yeah,
does
but-
like, and it's a family. It's not even our trip, so it's
But
like,
that means that this conversation is happening regularly when
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, don't ask me on the trip. You know, for example, when me and Sarah were together for 3 years, we split up for a year. And when we got back together, like the whole plan was just, we weren't officially engaged, but was to get engaged and get married and
Yeah.
have kids. Right. And so it, like, we all knew it was coming.
Right.
Like, it's not like it's not. So you're at that part,
Mhm.
but I did mine like you think Silks will do it, which is marry me, stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's just kind of how it was done because, and I don't know why, because I knew she was going to say yes.
Mhm. But
But,
you were
like,
like nervous.
I was like pacing
Oh, of
and my
course,
heart
yeah.
was like,
it's the biggest question you ask
But
somebody.
I'm also not,
Well, and you're just an anxious person at heart.
I am, but I'm not like, let me correct. I can be, but I am not. Me and Sarah do not have like an overly romantic relationship, like the moon and the stars in the sky.
Yeah.
You do. So,
You're
like,
the only one in the room that
Oh,
does.
a romantic SOB. What can I say, bro?
You have to
Yeah.
go all out.
He does.
No, I know how I'm gonna do it. I think I have the time. I know the time of year I want to do it. I just don't have an exact date. But I still have to. I haven't had a chance to ask her parents for permission yet. I'm a stern believer. You got to ask. I'm not.
That
just
is
gonna-
very sweet.
I have thoughts on that.
I'm
I
old-
think that is
I'm old-
very
No.
sweet.
Go,
I'm old
go,
school,
No,
and-
go do it.
Yeah,
but
and I
have
like I
thoughts on
can't
that,
like
Pros.
call not gonna do it.
You'll do it only in person.
Yeah. I have to
So
ask in
let me
person.
give you my thoughts on the whole asking permission to ask someone's hand in marriage. The parents, you are in a way marrying the parents as well, but you're not. You're marrying that person. And knowing how many people have had toxic relationships with their parents and how many parents over-insert themselves into their children's lives while they're adults, it's none of their fucking business what I'm doing.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? I don't care if you want me to marry them or not, because there's plenty of people that get together and for whatever reason, dad feels like husband's taking daughter away from the family when that's not the case. She's just living her life. So he doesn't like him and like he's going to say no. And blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck what they have to say, right? I'm marrying you. I give a fuck what you say. You do not own this person. I don't need your permission to live my life to ask that for that person. Now, it's sweet that you want to do that to keep the tradition alive. That's fine. I think there are crazy parents in this world that act like their adult children are still children and or their property, and they're not.
I do think it depends on like the parents. Like if Silks asked my mom, she'd start crying and like, yeah, take her, please. But like there are those, like I have friends that have dads that are like, oh, well, they're like in their 30. And their dads are like, well, I better, I'm going to take this guy for a drive and give him a talking to and see what he's about.
Yeah, you better not do anything to my daughter because I know where you live.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
as a father, that's fine. Like I'm thinking about like what ideal mate would be for, my daughters as they get older. And I'm like, well, I'd want someone that can laugh, that is strong enough to be like a man, but also gentle enough to have feelings and care.
Like an orc,
you know what I mean?
A gentle giant.
A gentle giant.
You want someone that is a good balance between like can laugh and enjoy themselves, but protect your daughter, but also not be like a little bitch, right? Like a little whiny bitch. And I think it's really hard these days for men in particular because men have been told for the past 10 years specifically to, just be a good man. But what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Right? What does it mean to be a good man? Like, what are the tenets of masculinity? And that's why you see the rise of these assholes that are like, abuse women. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, yeah, like this,
Yeah.
And then you have the complete opposite whiny femboy assholes that are just soft about everything. And I think that we've lost like the tenet of, okay, you can be a man and a masculine person. You can follow traditions and, take care of your lady, but also be vulnerable enough to have feelings and understand them. I don't know why it seems like so many men are either one or the other.
Yeah.
They're either
There's like no in between.
There's no in between. You're either a complete pussy or you're like just an egotistical megalomaniac asshole misogynist.
I think that's just what you see in like your feeds and stuff. I think when you're around and you're around real people and real interactions, most often than not, it's people in that middle. The people you talk to day to day, those are the normal people. The people you see, yeah, it's for clickbaits or it's for rage bait or it's just for reality TV. Those are the wackadoodles. That's the very small percentage of people that get a following.
See, here's the thing. We say that, right? We say that. And I would like to believe what you're saying is accurate. But it's not those people that like weird me out. It's the comments. It's the thousands and thousands of people keeping these people in business. That's the problem. Like, I can look at an Andrew Tate video and be like, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, I can look at him and be like, look at this idiot dressing up like the Matrix. He looks like a gay Neo. You know what I mean? Like, I can look at that and discern that. But a lot of young men are like idolizing him. That's what's scary, is that like for some reason they tapped into the psyche of insecure men in a way that it is benefiting them. And there's a lot of them because you can't have that kind of notoriety, success, and following unless you have a shit ton of people following what you're saying. And that's the scary thing. So anyways, with that, I was like, I didn't know if I want to tell this story, but I'm gonna.
Why not? Take it away.
Okay. Well, because I have to give a qualification that I've never like directly given, but I'm going to go ahead and give it. Should I?
Yeah.
Should we talk about this off air before I do it?
You could just do what we do with the green screen and keep flirting with it. I'm gonna tell the story and just never tell the story.
Okay, so this happened a couple days ago.
Because the green screen's coming.
All right, so this happened a couple days ago, and this freaked me the fuck out. Okay, so I have a CCW, I have a carry permit. Okay, and I follow the law, so I don't take it to places where I'm not supposed to. But I'm usually carrying a gun. Okay, almost always, and I do that, and I'm going to qualify this before I even say anything else, is that no one knows that I typically have it on my day-to-day. The people that are close to me, they are aware that I have it. But, you know, my day-to-day life, it's concealed. No one knows. I don't get into fights. There's this kind of propaganda thing that people want you to believe that the people that arm themselves are always looking for violence, and that's actually quite the opposite. They are not. I just feel like, as you know, if we're talking about masculinity, is that one of my jobs is to protect myself and my family in particular.
Got to protect your family.
And I feel like here's the sad reality. I would love to live in a world where I don't feel like I need to arm myself, but we don't. We live in a place where people do mass shootings, that people get shot and killed all the time over dumb things.
Well, and also when it comes, like, you're around more, you're just everywhere. So you're in different situations than like me and Jess that are at one place of business or two places of business in total.
Yeah.
Right? We have our set routes. You're constantly everywhere.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, the people you meet in the different areas you're in sets you up to be in more awkward situations. That's just how life works, unfortunately.
And I considered getting it about 8 years ago when I was starting in real estate, because I got chased out of a house with a knife by a dude that was squatting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he was there, and I got chased. And then at that point, I was like, oh, fuck. I had a kid on the way. I was like, oh, shit. I could have died. And there's a couple scenarios in which I was like, all right, well, just do the work to arm yourself. Now, I'm extremely safe with firearms. If they're not on my body, they are locked up. There is never a time where I have anything floating anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying all this to let you know that, like, unless you would point it out, no one would know.
Yeah.
Period. Now, the thing is when you carry a firearm, you need to practice what's called de-escalation. You do not look for conflict.
No.
You should never look for conflict, because conflict generally just gets out of hand.
Conflict always escalates.
And it is not worth it. The only reason you should ever even flirt with the idea of pulling a firearm out is if your life is in danger. You or your family or someone that is with you. Period. Hard stop. And I mean that. Life is in danger. Not you're having a disagreement with someone on the road. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to practice de-escalation and not putting yourself in certain situations that can get dicey. I'm qualifying all this to say. So I go to a listening presentation in Antioch. Okay.
Where is that?
You got to think of like Sacramento here and San Francisco here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like smack dab in the middle. It's like kind of like that. And in order to get there, you go on this weird road in which it cuts through this town. And then you're on like basically a country road that goes for like 35 miles, kind of swings you around. So in order to get there, you have to go through this little town.
Right.
So I go and I do my thing. On the way back, it's late. It's probably like 10 o'clock or something like that.
Okay.
And I hit this town and I notice that the air in the tires are low in the car. So I'm like, shit.
The worst.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
Seriously, the worst.
I need to put air in the tires because I don't want to bust a flat on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I need to get water anyways. So this little town area looks like a small, like river park, basically.
Okay.
So, you know, it's like a small town. This is probably their big shopping hub.
Yeah, like a smaller Los Banos.
Yes, but it's like more updated.
Okay.
Like when I say river park, I mean like everything looks current and new.
All right. Right.
So there's a Chevron and like 3 people are getting gas. It's well lit. I need air. That's it. So I pull in and the air thing, like if this is the front of the building, okay, where like you walk in, it's on this side.
Ugh,
and then on the side,
worst. Yeah,
there's a line of hubs of car wash, like hubs. You know what I mean? Like the old school ones where they're covered and you go in and you get the thing. So I drive in, I get out not thinking about it in anything. and I have all of my stuff, like my laptop, all of our storage stuff. I have
Right.
like a lot of stuff in my tech bag.
Got
That
a
I
lot of
take with me.
expensive equipment. Right.
Yes. And it's in the ground, or on the ground or the passenger side. And something in my head when I was getting out of the car was like, put your backpack on. It was like a gut feeling, because smash and grabs, you're on the way to San Francisco, people bip all the time. So I put it on my back. I put it on my back. I go in, I get coffee, and I'm like, hey, can you turn on the air? So I go around back to my car. So here's the layout. Here's my car. The air thing's right here.
Right.
This window is completely blocked. Okay.
Right.
So it's like obstructed. You can't see anything.
So like a window
Okay.
that would be shown
Yes.
inside. Right. You can't see anything. Right.
There's hardly any lights over here, but all the lights are in the gas station in this area. I put air in my tires, keeping my backpack on, and my phone was going to die, and I didn't have a power bank at the time. So I was going to plug it into my computer, my laptop, in order to
Right.
charge it. So I'm taking stuff out. I put it down, taking stuff out. I put it on the seat of the car. I put on the phone, and I put my bag in the passenger on the ground, and I shut the door. So I'm standing in between the door, the passenger door, and the air. Okay. Out of nowhere, this guy comes around the side. So I'm like right here. He's coming over here, and he's like, sir, hey, sir. Like, and he's doing the hey, boss, hey, sir thing
Yeah.
that like methy people do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
what's up, boss? Like, you
Yeah.
can tell, like,
Talking kind of fast.
Yeah.
And kind of
Yeah.
sporadic.
and this guy's huge. He's like a whole head taller than Orc.
Wow.
Big
That's a
dude.
big boy.
He's a big guy. So he's coming around. He's like, hey, man, you got a cigarette? I was like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. And he's like, oh, it's all good. And he starts walking towards me, and I'm in between the air, and he's holding a bike tire. Okay. So I'm like, oh, you thinking to myself, well, this guy needs air, right? And typically, like the homeless or the vagrants or even people that are on like drugs, I typically throw them like a buck or two here
Yeah.
and there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or like, I'll give them a cigarette if I have one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'll
Mhm.
help these guys out. I never have a problem with it. Something was telling me, get away from these people. Like I had just a gut feeling.
Was it just him or was there someone else?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I shut the door. As I shut the door, he was walking up. I lock the door because
Right.
I'm like, all right, this guy's going to have to come up here to get to the air,
Yeah.
and I'm parked right here. When I lock the door in the Challenger, because I'm in my wife's mom's car, when I lock it, it goes beep, beep, and the lights flash. When the lights flashed, there was another guy on the backside of the building with a hood on and like half of his face covered.
Nope.
And
Nope.
so I'm walking like this. He starts walking towards this guy. The car's locked, and I'm walking behind the car, creating space.
Right.
Okay. And he goes, hey, man, you got $5 or $6? I'm like, no, man, I don't have $5 or $6. I don't carry cash. He's like, you sure you don't have it in the car? And I was like, no, man, nothing in the car. And he's like, well, I could always just look. I'm like, no, you're not going to look, dude. And he's like, well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? There's two of us, one of you. And that's when I start to get the adrenaline dump. Because I'm like, because he has a hoodie on, like I said, the hood, the half of his face, and he's holding his hands in his.
I don't like that.
So I'm thinking to myself, well, fuck. And I'm starting to get like an adrenaline dump
Mhm.
going through.
Yeah.
And you're like, when that happens, like time slows a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, this is not going to be worth how messy this is about to get. Right. So I'm like, I start talking straight to him so they understand the situation, because he keeps on like almost in like a tweakery way, like, two of us, one of you, motherfucker. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do? And I'm like, oh, okay. I can even this situation out really fucking quick. And I like take my thumb and I put it underneath my shirt, holding where I have it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to back the fuck off. I'm going to get in this car and fucking go.
Yeah.
And he keeps on like, no, fuck you, dude. What the fuck are you going to do? Right. But I'm still like here. Right. And he's here next to the other guy. The dude that like originally came up is like looking at me, not saying shit. It's all this guy that's doing. And he's also huge. They're like both the same size.
So the guy with the mask isn't saying anything, or the guy?
the dude that originally came up, the dude with the mask is the one that's doing the talking.
Got it.
So I was like, what did I say? I said, there is, this is what I said to him. I'm like, hey man, there is no fucking reality in the infinite realities that exist in which I don't get in this fucking car and go back home to my children with all of my shit. Understand that. So you need to go home and sleep it the fuck off. And I'm going to leave right now.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps on being like, what the fuck you going to do, homie? What the fuck you going to do? So I'm going to make a move to get in the car.
Yep.
The problem with the Challenger is that when you touch, it's like a key fob that's on an automatic button. So when you do that, both doors unlock.
Right.
Oh.
So I don't know how I have the know-withal to even do this. I hit the button, both of the doors unlocked, but I didn't open the door.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting to see if they made a move for it. Because if they did, I was just going to open it up and grab my shit real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I didn't know I made a move. I opened up the door. The moment I opened the door, he starts to walk over to me. And the dude that came up originally, he's like, nope. And put his hand out in front of him and blocked him.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, no, we're good, dude. You're good. I think that guy was like tweaking hard. That dude saw how serious I was.
Yeah.
Well, he probably saw where your thumb was placed. And that's
I made it clear that I didn't. See, the thing is that when you carry, you don't want to like pull it out. If you pull it out, you have to call the police.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want to shoot anyone over anything.
Right. Totally.
I don't. These motherfuckers need to go home and leave me alone. That's it. So it's about the de-escalation process. It was more of like, hey, I'm not trying. I told him directly, I ain't trying to do shit. I'm going to go home and you're going to go home. And that's that. That is where it starts, it begins and ends. You're going to go home and sleep it off and I'm going home. So when he stops him, I get in the car. He's like mad dogging me, but I start the car and just fucking drive off.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so fucking adrenaline dumped, but my hands were like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's scary.
I sat like quiet in the car for like 20 minutes. And I was thinking about like two things. One, this dude, honestly, not knowing other people is putting himself in a position to get shot over $6. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Second of all, if I was younger, less experienced, and more of a hothead, I probably would, you know what I mean? Like, there's people in that same situation that would have straight pulled on them.
Well, not only that, even if like I'm thinking, because I always do road trips with Lady Jams. If Lady Jams was in the car, I would have pulled out.
Yeah. Like
there's no universe you don't do everything you can to protect yourself and your loved ones in that situation.
There are very specific rules when it comes to carrying a firearm. And one of them is if they're unarmed, and his hands were in his pockets the whole time. And I told Sarah afterwards, like, if he would have pulled anything out, I probably would have pulled and shot. Like if he pulled out a knife or anything, even with the distance.
Well, and you also have to remember there was the guy had a bike tire.
Yeah.
Or like a bike iron, right?
I had my eyes on him the whole time. He was like looking at me like, oh, this dude.
He's sizing you up.
I think this guy is like, oh, this dude's not just bending to us, which kind of let him know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
But it's not worth shooting someone over a fucking laptop. Even if they got my shit, I wouldn't have pulled on them.
Yeah.
But if they approached me in any way, I definitely would have pulled on them. And I'm thinking to myself, a younger dude that's like 10 years younger that also has a CCW that feels threatened like that, they probably would have pulled and shot this guy.
Yeah.
So it's stupid. You always have to practice de-escalation. And I thought I handled it really well, being like, dude, we're not going to fight. You're going to go home. And so am I. And that's the end of this. That is it.
Yeah.
You're going. I'm going. That's it. It's not like, what's up, motherfucker? What you need? And that's the problem with a lot of people and the glorification of guns in general is that there's a misconception that these people are looking for engagement.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Last thing you ever want to use is your gun.
No, ever. So that's probably the closest I've ever been to pulling out my firearm in 8 years.
Yeah.
In 8 years. And I texted Sarah like 30 minutes afterwards because I finally like calmed down.
Yeah.
And she's like, you shouldn't have stopped at the ghetto. Your fault. I'm like, it wasn't the fucking ghetto. It wasn't the fucking ghetto, dude. What are you talking about?
Read the room.
It's 10 p.m.
I was like, could you not be like, oh, are you okay? She's like, well, you're texting me. Obviously, you're fine. I'm like, what the fuck?
I love
Dude,
her.
it fucking shook me up. I texted you guys.
Sure.
I texted you guys and
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, because the whole time his hands just being in his, I was like, fuck, dude. Like, and the whole time I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't want to do it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't
Mhm.
want to fucking do this right now. But yeah, no, I feel I'm very proud of myself for de-escalating that
too.
situation
Yes.
and not
I-
being like, fuck you, dude. Let's
Last
go.
night,
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
so my car, the Jeep got ticketed just for being like out, and so I was like, okay, I have to get rid of it. So I texted Drew and I was like, can I bring the Jeep to you tonight? And he's like, yeah, okay. So we set it up with Orc. And so I was like, I'll just Uber home because Silks was in the middle of a work thing. And I Uber by myself. I'm God's strongest soldier.
You are.
I Ubered alone.
I'm
Crazy.
such a boss bitch.
I couldn't
And
believe it. And so I told Drew, I was like, can you come intimidate my driver really quick? Because
I'm not an intimidating person. So I'm like, what am I going to say?
No, I mean, if you wear the tank top, you get a little intimidation
Yeah.
factor.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
And he goes up to the car with me and he goes, okay, honey, I got to go to the gun range now. Love you. And I'm like, love you too. And then I get in the Uber and the dude's like, Miss Schmidt. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, all right. And doesn't say a single
So it
word
worked.
to me. I was
Okay.
like, okay, thank you.
Are you, when you Uber, are you afraid of like weirdo drivers that
Yeah, because one of my clients has been assaulted by an Uber driver.
shut the fuck up?
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Yeah.
Do you carry mace on you at all?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
very safe.
I'm
I
not-
don't worry about it personally. I
That's-
just have heard,
No, I mean, I'm at the point now where, like, if Lady Jams goes out and spends time with her friends, I'm like, I don't care where you are. I don't care what time it is. Just call me.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't like, and that's with any friend, if you're too drunk to drive, don't drive.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're a woman, especially in this day and age, if you're too drunk to drive and you have to Uber and you're alone, just call,
Yeah.
pick you
Yeah.
up.
Well,
know?
and I know Silks was like, well, I can go, but I could just tell he was scrambled. And I was like, I'm a big girl. I'm fine. And, but he was watching my location the whole way home.
Yeah.
And he texted me a few times, like, you good? Yep.
Listen,
He didn't say a singular word to me.
I'm a big advocate of people that can properly handle the responsibility because it's a big responsibility
Huge responsibility.
Yeah.
to arm yourself. If
Mhm.
you are uncomfortable, then do not, have mace, have something. But I'm a huge advocate of especially women
Mm-hmm.
arming themselves in a safe manner.
Yeah.
But it's like you are really stuck to having to do it a certain way. And it takes a lot of training to feel comfortable with it and to get a good rotation down. So I don't think it's for everyone, but I think a lot more people should consider those options for self-defense.
I think so too.
I
I'm
do.
for it.
We
Yeah.
unfortunately live in a world in which we cannot assume the pleasantries of others to be respectful and not violent towards you. It's just, I wish we lived in a world where you could, but we don't. So that's where I think a lot of people get biffed up when they act like that's their answer. Their answer is because I've talked to plenty of people about, potentially arming. They're like, well, I shouldn't have to. And you're like, no, you shouldn't. But if you don't, you could potentially become a victim. So it's your responsibility to mitigate that risk for yourself. You can't just be a victim and then blame, kind of everyone else. It's your responsibility to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
It just, that's why when me and Sarah get in a fight all the time, when I'm like, I want the girls to do martial arts. They are statistically from birth, just the fact that they're a female, however % more likely to be a victim of some sexual assault of some kind.
Yeah.
They should do something to learn how to protect themselves.
I
She's
think-
like, no, they don't.
No,
I'm like,
every
yes,
woman,
they do.
Every woman should take a self-defense class.
Everyone. And
it's not,
funny.
and I agree with you. It's not like it's fair.
No, it's
And that's
not.
the saddest thing. We all wish we lived in a world where you wouldn't have to carry a concealed firearm, or
Right.
you'd have to learn self-defense. But I always think of, and just like someone who's got a younger sister, who's got a very petite but super fun girlfriend, like, yeah, you should learn how to protect yourself.
You should.
And
You should.
Because and it's sad, like, I can't be there 100% of the time to protect you. I want to. It's my job to do the best I can to protect
Right.
you. But there are things, life has a way of being outside of your control.
I will say, you've protected me in a situation before.
Yeah, this guy was a weirdo though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, see, that's where.
And like that's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
If your friend's in a predicament, you got to protect
that
them.
fool would have got booted in the face, dude. I'm surprised he didn't just fucking punch him.
I know.
Anyways, we're going to take a little break. We're going to come right back.
Yeah, we'll get off the heavy stuff.
We're going to get off the heavy stuff and have some fun, but you guys were wondering what the hell that was all about. So I figured that I'd tell you. I told Val yesterday, I'm like, I don't know. I should tell that story.
I think it's a good story.
And she was like, definitely tell it.
Yeah.
It's an
juicy.
important story. It's
Yeah.
important.
Get that fucking spider. Get that spider.
Well,
No, that's our friend. We saw him already.
yeah, he's just chilling. Look how
That's
little he
our
is.
friend. Ow!
See you later.
Reggie, no!
Reginald,
Anyways,
no.
we'll be right back. What's up? This is Drew from the Do Over Podcast, and I'm going to tell you right now, I lean on expertise. Why? Because it saves me money. Here's a true story. When I first got into cameras, I watched a couple of videos online, did a Google search, thought I was buying the right thing, went and invested almost $1,000 into my very first camera, realized quickly it was not the right thing, went to Horn Photo, got it all in line, and then boom, I'm on my journey to actually being a photographer. And throughout the years, I've really leaned on Horn Photo as being one of those outlets that we are so lucky to have right here in the Central Valley. And they are the official equipment sponsor of the Do Over Podcast. They're right there in the Visalia. All you have to do is walk in, tell them that the Do Over sent you, and they will get you right on track. Maybe you're trying to take stills, do creative content, you want to do live streaming, whatever it is, they have a camera for you. They also do printing services, restoration services, anything that has to do with photography. Horn Photo has your back. Once again, it's right there in the Visalia, and there's a reason why Horn Photo has been in business for as long as they have. They've been making memories last since 1937.
No, it's okay. I don't mind the view. I'm definitely. Sometimes I look at myself. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. That's what I was thinking.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Elliott. Happy birthday to you.
Why is the three broke?
Yeah,
Don't judge our numbers.
the three broke, but
And it's still in the plastic container.
yeah. But look how beautiful. Shout out Cookie Queen.
Shout out Cookie Queen.
Okay.
So is it a giant cookie or is it a cake?
This is a cake. She made this. I did not order the cake.
Wow.
She made it for
Wow.
me. Okay.
Okay, well, hang on. I gotta make a wish.
That
Lady Jams will marry me.
Yeah, she gets on one knee.
She will ask me to marry her.
I wish
this
my feet were
weekend.
bigger.
Come on. Let's not live. Let's not. Hey, don't you mess with my little hog. It's a big hog,
I
okay?
wish we had the metrics.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hey.
There's more.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
It's a vanilla cake. That's so boring.
That's perfect for Elliott because he's vanilla.
I'm a chocolate and chocolate guy. You guys don't know anything about me, bro.
She surprised us with that. We didn't plan it. She surprised us.
You know I
Say
appreciate
thank
the
you.
Thank you, Cookie Queen. You are a sweetheart. And I do.
know you.
Ooh.
This is what I ordered.
You got me. Ooh. Did you get me cookies or donuts? Ooh.
Look at these.
Oh yeah. These are some
Ooh.
sexy cookies.
Double chocolate,
Ooh.
chocolate chip, snickerdoodle.
They can't see? Well, too bad. Oh, you wish you could see these cookies, baby. Oh, sorry. Look at those. Look at that.
Period.
Ooh. They're gorgeous.
Those are bomb.
And also, all the cookies are very chocolatey. Ooh, and I love a chocolatey cookie.
Shout out Melissa Parr.
Shout out Melissa Parr. What's that movie from?
Say it again.
Parr?
The Adam Sandler movie?
Nope.
Oh.
Alpha 32. My name for real. It's Incredibles.
Oh.
When the boss is like,
Did I just
Parr?
Yeah.
You're crushing our stockholders. These are incredible. Thank you. And I love the very radical colors for the Alpha 32. Orky, flash my IG on the screen with huge letters. Yeah, Orky, do that for her.
Cookie Queen.
Cookie Queen.
Okay, let's see this radical tubular card. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh no, it's just happy. Happy. Sports. Well, gift cards don't count. I love this. I love this. Have your happiest birthday ever. There's Pac-Man. Happy birthday. Thank you, Sarah Bear. Dylan with the Pac-Man eating the ghost. And then a little Pac-Man like
That is
little
so
cave.
cute.
I love that. That is awesome.
so
Or make this
cute.
thumbnail.
And then there's Taylor. Taylor signed it too.
Okay, give me a Charles here.
Nope.
I probably should have caught that.
That's okay. It's your birthday.
Okay. 20, 29 plus 3. You know me so well. Because I'm never going to be 30. Oh, no, you're older you are. Still so amazing. You look.
I knew you appreciate that.
Cutie, I love Bobby Buckets. I love you. BFF32 is so old. Love jazz. Elliott, around this time, I would attempt to mace you?
Make.
Oh, make your birthday about me somehow by saying you owe me for everything you have or something like that. But the truth is that I am extremely proud of the young man that you have become. I'm honored to call you a friend. Happy birthday. P.S. You still owe me for everything.
I didn't put it up.
No, he didn't. It might be the first
That
time
is
in
very
8 years he
cute.
hasn't put that
I
on the
know.
card.
That is very
And then-
cute.
Stay swole! Orc. Or put a swole orc up there.
You are now the proud owner of a 6-month membership of the Dive Bar Shirt of the Month Club. So there's a story with all of this that I can't tell you until after you do your birthday.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Oh, and a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah, Sarah gave
Because
you that.
that is the norm.
So when it's done
When it's done.
and you come back,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you then.
Okay.
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 But I can't tell you right now because it would spoil something.
Okay,
So-
that's fine. No, I've I know you've been talking in cahoots with Lady Jams because there's no way you would know about the last dive bar club without her.
I totally want to say the story because to let you know how much I love you.
Yes.
I
Drew
want,
put his whole Elitussy into
but
this.
I can't do it because it'll spoil it for other people. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
But when it's done, we'll talk.
No, but for those of you that don't know what the last dive bar club is, these goofy goobers go across like the United States and find like awesome dive bars, make them custom shirts, and then ship them off to people. And it's a membership, which at first I was like, well, I'm never going to do this because it's a membership. I
Right.
can't afford a membership. What do you
Right.
think? I'm crazy? And so I had been like sending the ad to Lady Jams, I think for like 4 months now. And I'm like, babe, it's 60-40 polyester cotton. You know that's the perfect material balance. You know it cups the arms just right and soft. And you know I love me soft. She's like, Elliott, you don't need more shirts. But I was like, Lady Jams, you saucy little minxies, listen.
She'd be like, do we need
They're dive
anything
bar,
though?
Right.
but they're dive
Yeah.
bar shirts.
Yeah.
And you know, we're supporting local communities that
Totally.
way. And a little startup company. Babe, it's the best of both worlds. Plus, it's dive bar stuff. And I'm a dive bar looking guy. I look like I live in one.
Yeah.
And she was like, no. I was like, Lady Jams,
Don't worry, I got you.
appreciate you.
Okay.
Big ups, my G.
6 months. So, okay. One thing before we continue to go here, Sarah wanted me to correct myself. She said, so she first asked, why didn't you drive Jess home? I'm like, I offered. She said
You
she was
did.
going to Uber.
You did.
But also, like, Jess has made it very clear she would rather risk an Uber than drive in Drew's car.
And the other thing was that Sarah was slightly on one last night because it was chaos because the
Uh-huh.
girls are always chaos.
Yeah.
And she was doing a bunch of stuff. So if I was like, hey, I'm going to take off and I'll be gone because it will literally take an hour to go all the way out there and
it's
back.
Far. Yeah.
I'm like, that would have pissed you off beyond belief. So not going to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I didn't say I don't want the girls to protect themselves. I'm waiting for you to get them signed up for karate and singing lessons.
singing lessons.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's they could sing a man away. They,
Stay away from me. Well, no, you could teach them how to do like death metal, and then if you hear two
Yeah.
little girls,
Dude, Dylan already does
Yeah.
that shit all the
but
time.
that's what I mean.
All
If
the
you
time.
heard
Yeah.
that, you'd be like, these girls are possessed.
Let me try one of those cookies. I want to.
You want a snickerdoodle?
Yeah. I want to try because I've had the other ones.
You want a cookie?
Sure.
Which one do you want?
I don't know. What are the flavors?
Chocolate
man.
chip, double chocolate chunk, and snickerdoodle.
These are bomb, dude.
Probably the chocolate chip.
Okay.
The Snickerdoodle.
You get this guy on this.
Thank you.
That looks like a perfect. And
This is so good.
do you like a soft and chewy cookie, or do you like a weird crunchy cookie?
I like soft and chewy.
I like soft and chewy. My dad likes them a little well done.
Me too.
My grandma, she liked them
Mhm.
crunchy. I was like, you're sick.
Yeah, no.
And I love you, Grammy.
You should try this Snickerdoodle, dude.
I'm taking one. I'm having the snickerdoodle. I'm saving these chocolate ones for the
Yeah,
road.
these are really good. There's a little tiny crunch. They're not like overly soft. They're good in betweeners.
in between.
Mm.
I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad cookies got brought up. I just on the notes last week. I never got to it.
Mm.
I feel bad because Lady Jams is a sweetheart, but I'm definitely throwing her under the bus on this one. She used to work at Hungry Bear.
Mhm.
So Hungry Bear's always been her sweet spot, right? Not a big into sweets, but Hungry Bear, she was craving it the other day. Said, I'm going to get you a cookie.
Aw.
So she's having a rough day. I get her her favorite coffee. I go and get her a sugar cookie.
They are
Not
bomb.
a snickerdoodle, a sugar cookie.
Right.
For those of you that don't know the difference between a snickerdoodle and a sugar cookie, one's edible.
I love sugar cookies.
A sugar cookie is those nasty ass, crusty ass, sandy ass cookies that you get at Vons, Save Mart, Food for Less.
It's like eating powder.
So
and it's
good.
like the second you bite into it, it's like,
Yeah.
So good.
so she
They're
gets
so
this
bad.
cookie and she starts eating it and she's like, this is the best cookie. Have some. I was like, all right, fine, I'll try it. It just fell apart.
Mhm.
Before I even took a bite, it just,
Ugh.
and it was just like, babe, how do you eat this?
Right.
That's so
yeah.
good.
How do you- and she's like, don't you just love the texture? It's like, what texture? It's sand. It falls apart. There's no integrity in this cookie. Now, Snickerdoodle, it's got integrity.
That does have integrity.
I love
cookie-
sugar cookies.
And
Yeah.
it's and a Snickerdoodle is like a really good sugar cookie rolled in cinnamon and sugar, and it tastes like a cookie churro kind of.
It's the perfected sugar cookie.
So it is. I would pick a Snickerdoodle over a sugar cookie any day of the
Not
week.
me.
You're crazy.
What's the worst cookie? I think sugar cookies
Oatmeal
down.
raisin.
I actually dig oatmeal cookies here and there.
Kirkland, Costco oatmeal raisin cookies are bangers.
No.
We've already talked about the worst cookies in the world, and it's the ones that you love, the Lighthouse cookies.
Yep.
We're so bad.
Those are the worst cookies that you could possibly eat. You know what the other thing I appreciate about Cookie Queen is that I got you 36 top-notch cookies.
Mm.
If I was to order 8 cookies from like these crumble places or all that crap, which they're not that great at all.
I think Crumble's good,
Crumbles,
but it's like you have to be in that specific flavor. Like if you want essentially a mint and chocolate cake,
right?
then yeah, Crumble's right up your alley. But if you're wanting just like the classic chocolate like cookie flavors, you're better off going with a Cookie Queen or something.
Dude, and you get more for your buck, and they're straight homemade, perfect every time.
Mm.
So shout out Cookie Queen and happy birthday, Elliot.
Oh, and thank you.
Ooh, woo.
Red Phoenix gifting us a sub for the
Yes.
birthday. We appreciate
Oh,
it.
thank
Red
you.
Phoenix, look at
Lemon
you.
cookies are delicious. Anything lemon is so good.
Damn, Red Phoenix. You dropped 10 on us? Jesus
Lemon,
Christ.
anything lemon is just for white people. I'm convinced.
I'm white.
I've had some
and I love
amazing
lemon stuff.
like homemade lemon bars and shit that
Oh.
are crazy good.
Yeah.
Like I've had this.
Yeah,
My
white people
sister
stuff.
does one that's
Yeah.
really good.
My family, for birthdays and stuff, they'll get a lemon cake. And it's like, God, we will never pass the white allegations.
No, we won't.
If you-
We're just got to own it.
Like, you just have to embrace. If you're white, congratulations. Lemon's going to be a big part of your life.
I love lemon.
So what is this about, Elliot? Rip to the movie gator?
Mm. I wish we could play music without getting like sued for copyright strike. So Morris the alligator is a movie alligator. He's a movie animal. He's been doing movies for, you guessed it, 80 years.
No way.
So Some of you are like, Elliot, how do you know about this movie gator? Well, he is famously known for Chubbs.
I'm sorry, I have to take this.
That's fine. I
This
will
is-
continue
I'm
the
listening.
story.
I'm listening.
So Morris the gator was the alligator that bit Chubbs' hand off in Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
And also in Dr. Dolittle 2 and other like TVs. He lived in Colorado's Gator Farm, where he lived a very comfortable life and was pampered the way a gator should be. Not from the South, because those alligators in the bayou are monsters. But movie gator, he's our guy. Unfortunately, after 80 years of life, he has unfortunately passed away and moved on. And I think this is actually very cute. He's moved on to the afterlife with Chubbs because the actor who
Aw.
played Chubbs passed away.
The same day?
No, not the same
Oh.
day. He's been passed away for a while.
Oh, okay.
But you've seen Happy Gilmore,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know, at the end where Adam Sandler's looking into the sky and it's like Abraham Lincoln and then
Yeah.
Chubbs and then the alligator. Now that's actually a real thing. So,
that's sad.
so to Morris, the movie gator, your legacy will not be forgotten. And this makes, and I don't cuss, Flat Bleep Friday extra special today because we lost one of our goodest good boys. So
Mhm.
the patio beers have to be especially nice. So make sure if you go out and have drinks today that you cheers Morris the Gator. Morris the movie gator, may you rest in peace.
Here, here.
That is a damn good cookie. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What would I be? I think I'd probably be like a tiger.
Okay. That's pretty majestic.
You know?
I think there's only one right answer.
What?
It's a bird.
I hate birds. I see why you would want to be one so you could fly around.
Right.
But
You wouldn't
they're-
want to be like an eagle?
Birds are effing disgusting though.
No, they're
They
not.
can just like poop. You know what? Maybe
Wow.
I do want to be a bird.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Birds poop. Wow.
And they just can do it anywhere they want.
More with the story. We go to our live reporter, Jess. Jess, take it
Did
away.
you know that birds poop wherever they want on anything they want to poop on?
Right.
Did
the
you know
world is
that?
their toilet.
The world. So maybe I would want to be a bird
Yeah, birds.
because, yeah.
Edward, birds poop. Holy crap.
Edward, please,
Edward.
my biggest hater.
Edward loves you.
He hates me. It's fine,
Yeah, with that attitude.
but I love him. Edward, I love you, Pookie Wookie.
I want to say, Cookie Queen, I want to thank you so much for the cake and the cookies. The cookies are definitely going to get eaten in the span of a day.
Yes.
I don't know what's to become of the cake because I got to drive to LA
Can I
right
smash
after this.
your face in it?
No.
It's a birthday cake.
How about I smash your face through the wall? How about that? Yeah, it got real hard. It got real hardcore real fast.
Do you guys see how I get treated
You
here?
get treated fine.
It's diabolical.
Diabolical. Oh, you remember Blorg?
Yes. What's that from?
Remember he did the Shrek rap?
Oh yeah.
He did a regular show one, the other one, but the original guy, Glorb, like he popped up on my YouTube and it was a song and it's like, so I'm giving you a story about a YouTuber who goes by Glorb who does AI hip hop songs and he just uses he doesn't use AI to write them. He writes them and produces the beats, but he uses SpongeBob's voice and Mr.
Mhm.
Krabs' voice. And they have like a turf war in Bikini Bottom. So it's like Dankton in his crew against SpongeBob and Mr. Crab and the Krusty crew. They dropped the song on YouTube. And I'm telling you, this I think is the best song. I think it was in the end of 2024. It's the best song of the year. And it's called The Bottom Three. It is an absolute banger.
Pull it up.
Bar for bar, it is an absolute banger. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if we can do that. Everyone just grab a fork and dig in. All right, that's fair.
I do love a vanilla cake.
Why didn't y'all tell me? I got an alfalfa working right here.
I've been looking at it for the
You
past-
haven't said a word. You're horrible. You're one of those friends that if I had something stuck in my teeth, you wouldn't help.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't help.
I
You know what? You're
wouldn't.
cringe. You know what? Just as cringe. Did you
I
just
look
say
like-
Dankton? Yes. It's not plankton. It's Dankton. If you knew Glorb, you would understand that. Just chaper? Are you chafing? Yes, but it is Dankton.
Apparently, I look like a nun, and no one said.
And thank you,
anything.
Iraq. Thank you, Iraq. I appreciate you. guys.
Iraq?
Iraq. We're going off the scales here. We're all over the place here. All right. I don't know what more we even want to talk about today. Sheesh.
Oh,
I had two breaks. I had 2 breaks.
I have a story.
we had a roulette thing we had to do. Well, hang on. Is it like a story Drew will want to hear, or is it just
I
like
already
a story?
told him.
Oh, okay.
It's not that big of a deal, but did you hear when I was saying that I already popped one of my tires?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my story.
That's my story.
It's all better now. Drew is fine. He's
Hooker's
very dramatic.
I think it's just if I had to guess, a work call, probably.
Drew
God
is
forbid we don't
very
work hard
dramatic.
here.
Drew's very dramatic.
Very dramatic. He lives a very dramatic life,
He
though, I
does.
feel.
And he drives like a maniac. You're right. I would rather risk my life with a strange man in an Uber than get in his car.
No, I know.
Curb rash, Jess. What does that mean?
Hmm?
Curb rash.
Curb rash? I don't know. Maybe you got a rash on your...
Curb rash, Jess.
When she curbs on my rash? I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Anyway, you missed the lore of Glorb and Morris the Gator.
I have
Glad to have you back, bud.
without getting into like a lot of details. I have a friend that's not doing too good right now
Oh, well,
in the hospital.
Our
so-
thoughts and prayers are with them.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you. Hopefully, if there's anything we can do, just let us know. We'll try our best to help you out there, boss.
So let's get back into what?
You want
Sir Bustinut was saying, did I hear it wrong? Just popped her tire. A tire did pop. Yes.
Yeah. She already fucked up her car.
I did.
The brand new car.
I
that she
did.
just
I
got.
ran something over and my tire literally like completely thrashed itself.
I have a question, Jess.
Mhm.
I have an answer.
Well, it does involve you.
Sure.
Okay. So we got the tattoo.
Yeah.
And I asked Elliott, I said, dude, how many subs do we need before you
Get a tattoo.
get the Do-Over podcast tattoo? It shows unity. You are like 0 for 3 when it comes to all the tattoos that we've gotten as like a group. And you're due. You're
Yeah.
due. You don't live with mom anymore.
Yeah.
Because just to explain, he was horribly afraid of the wrath of his mother if
Still
he ever
am.
got a tattoo.
You've met her. She's a scary woman.
He still is. But I was like, this is a brand new thing. This is our baby.
Mhm.
We're nursing this baby right now
With our teeth.
with our broadcasting teats. And I'm like, you need to get the tattoo. So I was like, at 100,000 subs.
I said for 1 million.
1 million.
He said
subs?
1 million, but
Yeah.
look,
When we get that gold YouTube plaque,
here's two options for you. Okay. 100,000, you get to pick the logo. Okay. If we have to wait to hit 1 million, which God knows if we'll ever do, but if we did, I get to pick the logo. And it'll be 2 big giant balls as the O's. A hairy sack. It'll be-
No.
Didn't do 100,000.
No, I'm going to do 1 million still.
You just reminded me that the guy that sold my car to me was
Had
like
a wiener tattoo?
he.
Get a ball sack tattoo.
I'm sure you.
It was a Jetta tattoo, but the J was a little flaccid guy.
You know what it's like when it's this time of year, you're wearing short sleeves and someone's like, who does your ink? Right. Or like,
Mhm.
oh, so you got tats. It's like
Right, yeah.
kind of awkward.
You hear it, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. And this guy is like, oh, who does your ink? And I'm like, oh, I have a guy, da 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 da. And he's all, yeah, this is mine. And like starts showing me his. And somehow in the conversation, Chris had slipped in that we were going to go to the gym after.
Right.
He's all, on you guys gym? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, this is me when I was in my prime working out. And starts showing me pictures.
Gym people, I get it though, because there is like, when you're really into the gym and you think somebody else is really into the gym, it's like, oh, here I was 8 months into a cut or
Right.
10 months into a bulk. And you're like, damn, bro, that is impressive.
I just felt like I saw too much of this guy in a short amount of time.
I have a coworker who used to like perform.
Mhm.
And like he's got the most definition of a sleeper build, and he is just stout.
Yeah.
He's just shredded.
See, that's the thing. Like, Elliott talks about other men's bodies all the time. Like, man, those pecs are impressive. And I would never look at someone that's like, check me out and be like, damn, dude.
I know. I was
But
like,
they worked hard.
Fucking, I want to lick that. I mean, that's a nice bust
wanna
you have
lick-
there.
when you Drew, hang on.
I
Hang
want to put that.
Hang on a second. If you work on a project for 8 months and you show somebody, do you want them to be like, okay, cool. Or do you want people like, damn, man, that's impressive?
Is the project me seeing how big my dick can get and then being like, check it out? And
But,
they're like,
okay.
num, num, nums.
Okay. Well, let's say like month 1, you're like, here's what it was. With a hog. And then 8 months in, you got
So
yourself
it's a big hog.
now you got yourself
I don't know, man.
now you got yourself a Ron Jeremy or something.
Assessing, look, and I'm one of the biggest friends to the LGBTQ plus community. My best friends is a trans female. Okay. We have a dodo. Okay. I support them. But I still don't like look at other dudes like, hey, look at that sweaty
Okay,
body
can I
you got
ask
over there.
something?
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so like men in locker rooms, do you just slightly glance?
You keep your head as high up as possible.
I've never, like, how do you do that?
You can't not see donger.
Right.
You just don't hang on it.
But what
like,
do you
don't
do?
go like,
Do you like?
You're like, hey, how's it going?
hey, what's up? Boop, boop. Like, you don't do that.
Like, do you just like?
Here's what you do. This is for anybody
I need
new.
to know.
This is for anybody who's new to the gym. No, you're probably going to see 1 or 3 or 5 that you didn't want to see in your life. But guess
They're
what?
always old men too.
Yeah, and they're probably older and they're probably saggier than you'd hoped. Here's what you do.
Because he was hoping for some tight
He
young
was.
balls.
Here's what you do. You look right up at the light and you just keep walking.
But what if you're? What,
You sear your eyes into the light.
But what if where you need to go is forward, but you have to? But then in walks a guy and his peen is out. Like, do you like
you don't look down.
you?
You just don't. You don't hang on it. You don't.
But
like,
how do you not? How do you not?
You just don't. As a matter of fact, you never even need to go into the dressing room.
You never need to use a locker room.
You can just go work out and leave and shower at home
No,
like a normal human
yeah,
being.
that's what I don't
But-
go into the locker room
No.
once
No,
unless
like
you have
when-
like the pre-workout poos.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
go to the bathroom to get through to the sauna. So like I'll walk through and I see
There's two
racks
ways.
on racks on racks.
There's 2 ways to get into the sauna room though. You don't have to go through the locker room. You can just go around.
Dude.
I just go through the locker room.
You know what?
Well, that's because you're a lesbian.
That is not true.
You know what I find funny? Yeah. You know what I find
You
funny?
talk about me admiring male bodies. She's just going in for titties.
You know
How's it hanging?
when it comes to the assessment of other people's bodies, especially when it comes to tattoos, it's funny because
Yeah.
like they'll ask me about my tattoos and I'll just be like, yeah, you know,
Yeah,
art,
yeah.
cool, whatever. And then they go like, check mine
Yeah.
out, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And you have to go, whoa,
wow,
man,
that's
fucking
dope.
tight. And it's like a no fear tattoo from 1992 that's faded.
What are those
Uh,
the stars that used to be really?
Oh yeah, the rock stars.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the skate brand that had the monster? It was like Toy Machine.
Mhm.
You ever seen one of those Toy Machine
No,
tattoos?
I haven't seen that
That's
in a while.
old. That's old skater. That's that Tony Hawk Pro
There
Skater
was a
1
period in
right
time
there.
where everyone was getting like Taz, like the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Like every female between the age of 45 and 55 that lives in a mobile home park has a Tasmanian devil tattoo.
or a bad kitty like on their boob.
Yeah,
or
like right
Oh.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like a barbed wire, like, you know what I mean? And like, I'm sure people are going to clown our tattoos when we get older.
Totally.
But like, there was a period in time in which like the cool shit in the tattoo world was straight up doing your hand, your neck, your face. That's really mellowed out, I think,
Mhm.
in recent years, because a lot of those dudes that were like that are now doing interviews about how broke they are and
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
and I'm like, oh, you don't say.
You know what
Mhm.
tattoos I feel the worst for? It's like when somebody gets like a portrait of like their nana,
Oh, and it's just
and
fucked
it's a
up.
horrible
And
tattoo, and
Yeah.
you're just like, damn.
I have an
she
ex
she
that-
living on in depression.
I will say
Like,
this:
that's-
you can cheat some styles of tattoos with people that are less experienced, right?
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
some traditional art tattoos that you can do with less experienced artists that it still look fantastic.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get a portrait tattoo, you go to a fucking
An
absolute
artiste.
seasoned artist, dude.
Yeah.
That's a trashy tattaoo. Your last name across your
Oh,
back.
that was big.
That's-
when I was coming up in the
love-
game.
That's a
I
trashy
love
tattoo.
when a man has like 559.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I'm all about that fucking Fresno life.
But it's so funny to
Is there a
me.
record scratch in there?
It's so funny to me because it's either like, oh, you have tattoos, like, let me show you mine, or like, it's always a bald man that says, "Can you do my hair?"
Yeah.
The same two things happen to me frequently.
Oh my God. A bald dude. I need a little cut.
That happened to me yesterday when I was fixing my tire.
How about a little off the top?
Yeah, the guy.
Do you hear me? Huh? What?
The guy at the Kia dealership yesterday was like, I was like, I have somewhere to be. Like, do you know how long this is gonna take?
I don't know if you know this.
What a dick, dude.
Actually,
That's such a
really,
dick move.
I'm actually like crazy busy.
I waited 3 hours. I was gonna be late for my client.
That's how long car stuff takes.
Yeah,
it
it's
takes a
not-
long
for
time.
a tire?
Oh, I thought you meant for like
Oh, yeah.
buying
No,
the car.
for
It's like,
the tire. It was when I was replacing my, or he just patched my tire. They didn't even like.
They didn't even
give me a new one. They just patched it.
I'm
and
a licensed Cosmo.
And the guy's like,
I'm a Wanda.
All right. We're going to take
I'm not done yet. I'm not done. And the guy said to me, well, where are you going? I said, I'm a hairstylist. So I have to go get to my client. He goes, oh, can you cut my hair? And he was bald.
He was talking about his pubes.
And every time I'm just like,
Can't cut my hair? Right here with your teeth.
This head doesn't have hair. But we'll be right back.
All right, it's here. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's about to get hot in the Central Valley. So how are we going to survive? I got some steps for you. 1, tan. You don't want to look pasty. 2, make sure you wear lighter clothes. And 3, make sure you have comfortable feet. Let them doggies breathe. So that means you have to go to Brown Shoe Fit Co. in downtown Visalia, right in the corner of Main and Locust, and ask for Josh. He's going to sit you down. He's going to give you that customer service that you cannot get ordering things on a phone, and know your budget, know your needs, and get you the exact right thing. Josh knew I had really bad foot pain. He got me some Hokas, and no joke, my foot pain's gone. Brown Shoe Fit Co. is a big-time supporter of the Do-Over podcast, so we support them, and you should as well. Again, downtown Visalia, tell them that the Do-Over sent you. And we're back!
Like we never left. Well, I haven't left.
Sorry, it's been kind of chaos on the back end of this. I've had a headache like all day long. I'm trying to not have a headache, Elliott.
Drew is the most like girly girl without being a girly girl, because Drew is very much like when you have a girlfriend, like, I have a headache, I feel sick, and you ask them, have you had any water? And they're like, no. What have you had today? I vaped and had 2 cups of coffee. Have you eaten anything? No. Yeah. You just need water, hon.
Well, I think that we should do some news. Okay.
Were we talking about Diddy's like 4-day gross baby oil parties?
No.
oh my
No.
God.
But I do.
What are they called? Freaka leaks or something?
I want to talk about this. Freakily. Fucking gross, dude.
It's nasty.
I want to talk about this story. I don't know if you saw this. A woman named, God, what's her name? It's Shiloh something.
Shiloh.
Ooh.
That's a horse name.
Shiloh.
Hold on,
Come here,
let me get-
Shiloh. That's a horse
Okay.
name.
Shiloh Hendricks. Have you seen
That's a
this?
horse if I've ever.
Have you heard of this story?
No.
Okay.
Give me
Well,
some of the juicy deets.
well, she's a piece of shit.
Okay.
She called the 5-year-old black child the N-word
Yep,
during a confrontation in which the little kid was going through her purse. She called him the N-word. It was done on video in public.
Where was she at?
they're at like a
playground,
park. Yeah, they're at a
playground.
Oh,
park.
okay.
So look, here's my whole thing on this, which is her response, because she's not backing down, is, completely like, well, I called him what he was acting like.
Okay.
I'm like, he's a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
apparently the kid is autistic. It's a 5-year-old autistic boy. The only credence that I will give is that, like, if he's there with his parents and he's going through a bag and the parents didn't stop him, then your beef's with the parents, first of all, not the child. The child's a 5-year-old kid. You know what I mean? So your beef's with the parents. Second of all, there's never justification for using that kind of terminology, because it just shows how hateful and mean you are. But whatever.
And it just goes to show,
look,
we knew it, you were racist, but now you just clarified for everybody
Listen,
you're racist.
some people in this world are racist. I'm not the thought police. I can't control the way you think. Do I
True.
agree with you? Absolutely not. I don't. But it's your freedom to act like an asshole if you
like
want.
a Neanderthal.
But here's what really shows the state of the world. So she immediately goes online, giving a sob story about how dangerous it is for her and her family. She goes to a Christian fundraising site called Give, Send, Go, a Christian fundraising site, asking for $1 million to protect her and her family. She has raised almost $800,000 of assholes giving this dumb bitch money.
Yeah, I heard this story.
Protecting her from like cyberbullying.
Oh yeah, just normal people that don't
that don't say the N-word.
Yeah, or just don't attack children with that kind of language.
That's bonkers.
The thing is
it's a Christian
like
thing to do.
Apparently,
this is my point. We are getting so fucking lost in the weeds of what it means to be a Christian these days.
Yep.
I grew up in the church. And some of the people that I grew up with in said church, some of their fucking beliefs, I'm like, are you forgetting what you're all about?
Did you read the Bible? Yeah.
You are not about this shit. The dude that owns the site, because there was a lot of public pressure on the Give, Send, Go campaign. They're like, why are you supporting this bitch? Like, why are you going to even let her blah, 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 blah. And he goes up there, instead of being like, yeah, that's fucked up what she did, but people can do what they want, whatever. He's like, well, actually, the kid was reported to be actually like 10 years old, you know? And it's like,
okay.
Still a child.
Yeah.
Guy.
Still a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Not even a teenager, a child.
Yeah.
I hate it when these fucking entitled pricks.
It's not even the worst racist of that week. Did you see that blonde chick that was on Piers Morgan?
Oh, wait. What was she saying?
So I don't know her name, and I've only seen clips of this. Pierce, and whether you like him or not, you know, he is who he is.
I like Piers Morgan because he pushes back on people.
Well, and he actually pushed back on this one, and so he's got like 3 other guests. He's this British guy that talks conservative, liberal. He just kind of talks.
He's a centrist. The thing about Piers Morgan's a centrist, and that's why the left hate him and the right love him, and then the right hate him, and then the left still hates him because he'll say anything remotely not liberal.
But anyway, he's got like 3 people on. One, I think, is like a professor. There's 2 African Americans, and then there's 2 women, and one's this blonde woman. And they're talking about this woman, right? And they're talking about freedom of speech and stuff like that. And she slips up and says like that I use it. And he was like, hold on a second. We're pumping the brakes hard here. You use this kind of language? You say the N-word? And she's like, yeah, I say it all the time. And you say it to people? Yeah, quite often. He's like, so you're a racist. And she's like, if that's what you want to call me, he's like, I'm not calling you anything.
Right. I'm telling you.
You are that because you're using racist language, and that's how you feel. You're a racist. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. You're a racist. And she's like, well, and so here you are attacking my freedom of speech. Like, I'm not attacking your freedom of speech. You're allowed to say whatever you want, but there are consequences to what you say. You being a racist is going to have consequences.
This is where people, I hate this kind of victimizing oneself after you go off and say horrible, hateful shit. It's like, bitch, even if you didn't say the N-word, you were getting in a fight with a 5-year-old, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah. Second of all, you're playing victim on a Christian fundraising site, getting a bunch of other fucking racists that make the religion look bad, quite frankly, giving you money for your protection. Bitch, if you don't want to be in danger, don't go and fucking spew hate speech everywhere.
No.
That's stupid as fuck. And you're a stupid bitch and go fuck yourself. Like anyone giving this bitch money is so fucking dead in the brain. They're a bunch of mouth breathing fucking Neanderthals, like Elliott said. You're just a fucking Neanderthal. Now, I'm of 2 minds because yes, that's how I feel about this bitch in particular. However, and I think this is where a lot of people that get on Twitter and get on these things and say these things get messed up. You cannot be the thought police. You cannot save these assholes. These assholes need to save themselves. You cannot save them. You can't control someone not being racist. You can call them out all you want. You can disagree with their stances. You can disagree with the way that they live their life, the way they're raising the kids, all of that shit. But they're also American, and they can think and do and feel the way they want to feel. We talked about it a long time ago. Go ahead and let the bitch be racist, because guess what? It's a fucking beam of light showing me that I need to stay away from you.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
a lot of people will get online and be like, oh, like attacking these people, like what they're going to do is what you're going to say to these people are just going to make them dig in harder. And this is a great example. So-called Christian people, and I use this like this because they're not. The doctrine of Christ has been long lost on these people.
Yep.
They feel like it is a American, European, white,
blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah. This is what they consider Christian. Christian is associated with whiteness now, and not kind of the whole doctrine of Christ. And these people make the religion look bad. And I kind of wanted to go from this to go to Kanye.
We can. I mean, it's a good segue.
Because Kanye West releases a song. You want to take this one? Go ahead.
It's just, he is deranged. Is the only
he needs help.
He's just deranged. He's psychotic and he's an idiot, all in one. And somebody who had such a big print in the early 2000s to the 2000, I even say probably 2018. He was making great music. Maybe not the best music, but good, very good produced music.
I used to be a huge fan of his.
Yeah, we all did. And then to see this spiral and just dumpster fire that he has become to the point now where he's got a song out and it's literally just over a beat, him and a chorus saying, and I quote, Heil Hitler.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Swear to God.
You haven't heard this?
No.
And it's
So all the platforms basically banned it from being played, which makes people want to play it more. You can see people pointing this out on Instagram and Twitter, and like there is leagues of black men and women saying, you're not understanding what he's saying. No, yeah, I do. I understand what he's doing. And then you see Joe Rogan talking to Tom Segura about it, and Tom Segura wants to go in on this, right? And then here's Joe Rogan. Kind of catchy. You are a fucking idiot.
Kind of catchy.
And Tom Segura's a big hip hop stan.
Yeah.
Like he loves hip hop. So for this to be a thing and him wanting to dive into it, he probably would have eviscerated
what
it. But
people are doing now is normalizing this shit like it's normal. Not but 60 years ago, was it 60 years ago? 75 years ago? Your grandfathers were out there fucking risking their lives to kill Nazis.
to defeat Nazis.
To defeat the ideological stance of the eradication of other people just because they're not white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired people.
Yeah.
They fought. And your grandfather had fucking 20 confirmed Nazi kills. And now your dumbass is over here bopping along with Kanye saying that this is fucking great and giving this dumb bitch money out of your pocket for calling a young black child the N-word. It is so fucking antithetical to normal thought that these dipshits are trying to normalize this shit, and people are falling for it.
Well, and it's the scariest thing is, maybe his ride or die stands, which I just don't see how you can be one at this point. He's done so much irreparable damage to himself in the past,
his brand,
brand in the last 3 years, But I mean, even if you say there's like, you're not really listening, you know who's not really listening? The racist white people that hear a song about someone saying Heil Hitler over and over and over again, and then they're going to be empowered by it.
Yeah, they're going to be they're winning, dude.
And that's what's scary.
Saying it's kind of catchy is a wild thing to say.
Oh, dude, and that's the thing, man. Like, Rogan in particular, I used to really love that guy's podcast because, like, he would go in there, not only would he push back on people, like, to defend your stance. Like, you couldn't go on Rogan like you can now, because you could definitely do it now. You could just spew bullshit on Rogan, and he goes, whoa. Like, that's my impression. Whoa. Like, that's what he does. You can spew dumb shit and never get checked. He used to check people like, why do you think that? Why? But that's not, and he used to do that. And he used to talk about like a lot of cool, random, like science shit and UFO stuff. Like, I like that side of him. He has taken the fucking pill, dude. He has drank the Kool-Aid to the point where it's like, little by little, he is normalizing like really fascist, fucking crazy, loony shit. And he's platforming all of them and not checking what he says, not going back and admitting when he's wrong. And it's like, dude, you have the largest platform in the world. and he just told 100 million people that the Heil Hitler song is a bop. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
dude?
and even if all you say is it, and you could even, maybe you're meaning it satirically, like it's catchy, you know, if you're trying to get like a quick joke in, you know, whatever. When people hear catchy, they think, well, let's see.
Oh yeah.
People get curious. We're curious creatures by nature. And that just,
and that's, I think that's the ultimate problem because again, let me go back to what I was saying. We're not the thought police. You can't control how people think. And I don't think art, even if I think it's abhorrent and lazy and just dumb, and more so attention seeking than anything. I think that this is him just trying to be relevant.
this is absolutely that.
Yeah.
He's tried that for the last 3
Yeah.
years.
You shouldn't block people from seeing it. You should allow it. And to his credit, Rogan did say that, like, if you block it off the platforms, people are going to want to seek it out even more. You shouldn't block these things. Let people have the open discussions about it. But to Elliott's point, the problem with that is that it is bolstering the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like, Americans in general stood against this because the DNA of our culture has been
To fight tyranny.
well, yes, but it's been like, hey, we are so many different things all at once that we won't stand by this asshole just killing. Like, it used to be a justification and a just cause. And slowly but surely, the dumbing down of America seems like it's been like a 2-decade fucking arc where these idiots and these young, misguided, the youth are so misguided these days with their shitty music and their shitty fucking belief structures.
Well, have you been seeing more and more stories? I've been seeing a bunch of these stories now, and maybe it's because Lady Jams is in college. So many kids are just using ChatGPT to write the papers.
Of course.
And now professors are like blocking ChatGPT, or they have tools now that can help you find when ChatGPT has been used.
Right.
And they're failing these kids. And these kids are like using, and then they follow up with using ChatGPT to then apologize.
Right.
And it's like, this isn't learning. You're not learning.
It's dumbing us down. When the thinking is done for you, which it is slowly but surely being replaced by AI now, but even before, just
and look,
computers in
ChatGPT
general.
and AI, these are tools to help you learn.
Yeah.
Not to do the learning for you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to use like a calculator. It's a tool to help you learn.
I don't want to be a doomer, but I feel like we're cooked, fam. Like,
I think so too.
Chat, let us know. Are we cooked, fam?
I mean, you used to have to do it, and we used to stand for something, like something right. Even if behind the scenes and in the upper echelon of our government, potentially we're all fucking corrupt assholes, at least the consensus amongst the people, whereas we want to be educated on things. We want just facts about information, and we stand against this bullshit, has turned into conspiratorial bullshit is the only reality we live in. If your news doesn't match up my news, then it's fucking fake. Hate your neighbor. Bop song called Heil Hitler. Like, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, dude. True story. I was watching a news segment the other day. It was one of those, alternative news guys that's on the internet.
Okay.
It was a town hall-esque meeting where a woman was standing up and she was asking.
Those have been going great.
Yeah. Standing up asking about furries, right? And it's the typical white lady that's like, I'm a teacher and I hear about these furries. I want to just ask you, like, how bad does it go with, like, the kids pooping and peeing in the litter box and stuff?
That's been debunked for years.
That's been debunked for years. Not accurate. Again, let me explain. The litter that's there is for in cases of mass shootings and the children are fucking locked in a room and need to use the restroom. That's why it's there. That's a sad reality.
Yeah.
Without skipping the beat, the guy looks at her and goes like this. They're doing it. They do it all the time and the teachers support it. That's why you need to stop watching legacy media. He's purposely lying and dumbing down people in order to get money because they're fucking grifters. Guys, they're fucking grifters. And in a day and age in which we want explanation more than anything. We want things to mean things.
We want authenticity and accountability. The 2 A's.
But being able to pick your news source has been an issue. Like, it's becoming an even bigger issue because I think it's really bolstering the wrong people. The wrong people are benefiting from this. And then at a certain point, if it's all just bullshit, then where's your objective reality, dude?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, and if it's all wrong, was there how will you ever find what's really right?
Yeah.
And so, anyway, doom and gloom aside, how about we watch some reaction video?
Wait, hold on. I do have one.
Okay.
I have one more.
All right.
This is a light one.
Okay.
California State Parks announces the best beach in the state.
Nice, yo.
Okay. Picturesque stay at a beach is nearly guaranteed in Orange County, especially at Crystal Cove.
VOC.
Known for its natural seashore, open spaces, and great sunsets. After all, it was named in 1927 by a regular visitor named Elizabeth Wood because the name seemed right for such a beautiful place. So according to the state parks, this is the best beach in all of California, Crystal Cove in Orange County.
Have you been there?
I have not been there.
I haven't either.
I would figure that maybe Elliott had.
I was gonna-
Just if I do, I'm a creature of habit. If I go to Whittier and I'm going to the beach, it's Huntington for body surfing. Venice, if I want to get a little stony baloney, or at least when I was 24.
Not like last week or anything.
I know, not when I'm 32.
I'd be a mess. Long Beach if I'm catching up with a hanky hankinator, or Newport if I actually have money.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't afford
You've
Newport.
never been to Crystal Cove?
Never been to Crystal Cove in the IC of California.
California.
All
All right, let's end on It Lives on the Internet. We're going to do some reactions here and then get the hell on out.
We all brought one, right?
Yeah. Orky, did you get Jess's?
We all have one, right?
Mine, it's fine. You guys won't find it funny.
I will. I fucking find those.
Is that one you? Who's this guy?
I
think
this
that's
was
true.
mine.
Okay.
Hold on, here, play it.
I've known you forever, but it's only been a couple months. I've been lost until you came into my life and showed me I had what it took to get up.
better than the guy that sings Ghosted.
And love myself enough to give it up. I love you enough to fucking roll up. We love our life so much we fuck it up. But where you wanna be, where you wanna go with me?
Oh.
Where you wanna go?
Wait, this is so good.
What we gonna do? Yeah, every single time I see myself with you. Well, where we gonna go? Yeah, what we gonna do? Every single time I find myself with you. Every day, driving down that country road with you by my side, all of it grow.
Look at the comics.
Captain Craig, bro.
Wait, hold on, wait. Go back up. Dropped. Please pick it back up. This sucks extremely bad. What the fuck is happening?
Tweaking life.
Tweaking. What does it say? Tweaking life.
Tweaking life.
Tweaking life.
Can someone please direct me to the long version of this wonderful song?
Eddie.
Crack rock.
That's
I'll play
is
this one.
too good.
This one's good, dude. This one's good.
Fisherman.
No.
So there's this American businessman in Mexico.
Why is he there?
Business. And the businessman is down by the docks and he spots a fisherman that's just come to shore with a net full of yellowfin tuna. And the businessman compliments the fisherman on this catch and asks how long it took him to catch it. And the fisherman says, only a couple of hours. And the businessman asks, well, what do you do with the rest of your time? And the fisherman says, I cook, I sit by the fire with my family, I play with my kids, I spend time with my wife, and in the evenings I'll play guitar with my friends. And the businessman says, well, you know, with the extra time, you could catch more fish and you could sell that for a profit at the market. And the fisherman says, well, why would I do that? And the businessman says, well, then you could hire some of your friends to go out and fish with you and you could catch even more fish and make more money. And the fisherman says, well, why would I do that? And the businessman says, well, then one day you could incorporate in America and open a business and you could control the entire production line for the fish and make even more money. And the fisherman says, well, why would I do that? And the businessman says, well, then one day you could sell that business for a whole lot of money. And the fisherman says, why would I do that? And the businessman says, well, then you could sit by the fire and cook and spend time with your kids and your wife. And in the evenings, you play guitar with your friends. And the fisherman says, I'm already doing that. And the point of the story is Mexicans don't understand capitalism. And so there's no point in even bothering to explain it.
I mean, there's a reason the peso is so weak.
Right.
Damn, that was a plot twist. That was a pretty good plot twist there.
Only Australians can get away with that one.
I thought you were cooking us into something.
This is a good one. So this is oh God, what was her name? Laura Fry. Laura Fry, I think is what her name is.
I see Fry. So
she's a professor at Cambridge.
Ooh.
She does mathematics at Cambridge.
Damn.
And she does these really cool, like informative, like things about geography and history and stuff like that. This is a really, really, really cool one. And it's her response to flat earthers that are in creationists in general, the 6,000-year-old flat earth people. This is her response to them to prove that they're dipshits. Go ahead.
On one of my last videos about how the Earth is actually only 6,000 years old. I'm going to tell you how I know you're wrong. And in doing so, I think you're going to finally see why fake diamond rings are so much better than the real thing. Because there's this crystal, it's called zircon. It's naturally occurring. It's about 100 times cheaper than diamonds, even though they basically look the same.
You don't say.
And you get it when molten lava solidifies into rocks. You get these sort of zircon crystals that sprinkle across the surface. But what is interesting about zircon is that there are some atoms, like uranium, that can get trapped in the structure when zircon forms. And then zircon acts like this little jail cell almost, like that the uranium is trapped in there forever unless you destroy the crystal. Anyway, back when the Earth was like this molten lava blob, the very beginning of our planet, there were some crystals of zircon that managed to trap some atoms of uranium inside them. But the thing is that uranium is like this very kind of fat, unwieldy atom, right? It's very unstable. And it has a habit of breaking apart into two small atoms of lead. This is called radioactive decay. Now, lead has no way of getting inside that zircon gel cell when it forms. So if you find lead inside zircon, the only way it got there was if it used to be uranium that has since decayed. Now, here's the clever bit, because we know precisely how often uranium decays into lead. So if you get a whole bunch of zircon and you count up how many atoms of uranium there are and how many atoms of lead there are, you can work backwards to find out exactly how long ago that crystal was formed. And that is exactly what scientists did. They found some really, 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 really old zircon down in Australia that was formed at the beginning of the Earth. And they dated it. And that is how we know that the Earth is 4.4 billion years old.
Wow.
Now, I should add that gold, also part of your ring, it can't be created on Earth, right? It can only be formed inside the heart of a dying star or on a collision of two neutron stars. And it only gets here by hitching a ride on some cosmic object like an asteroid or a comet, probably billions of years ago too. And so if you give somebody a fake diamond ring, a zircon ring, you are literally handing them an ember of the history of our planet wrapped in some genuine glittering stardust.
Oh, that's cool.
What could possibly be better than that?
So my point is to you, play this for Lady Jams, and they'll get her a big ass zircon ring.
Yep.
Shout out Zircon.
Yep.
Shout out zircon. Oh my God, this is terrible. This has to be fake. I'm just gonna say that right now. This has to be fucking fake.
Okay.
This can't be real,
Okay,
dude.
well, it says the first comment says skit or not. So I'm hoping it's a skit.
It has to be fake. Go ahead and play it, Orky.
We'll see.
The accusations that are made against me. That's the thing with society. Society has changed so much. Back then, my parents used to leave me at home all the time while they go have fun. Did y'all lock them up? No. Everybody keeps saying I'm a bad parent because it's only one of me. The daddy ain't there, as you could tell. We black. They said I'm a bad parent because I gave my kids to CPS. I never gave my kids to CPS. CPS came and took them. My neighbors called my phone while I was with my new man. I had just broke up with my other man the day before, so I'm not talking about him. So if he sees this, I'm not talking about you. CPS ended up calling me while the police are there, and they trying to trick me into coming home. My neighbors called me, telling me that. I don't even know who called me. I was drunk. You feel me? But one thing I'm not going to do is go turn myself in to the police while CPS there. If y'all want the kids, take them. I don't want them. And when I tried to give them up, y'all wouldn't take them. Till I got to do child support. I'm going to get an abandonment charge. Y'all don't do that to everybody else. Y'all just go in while they all happy with their family. Y'all go in and take the kids. Take mine for free, baby. I'm not doing that. And then y'all keep coming around trying to look for me to do news videos. Or if you could do a clip, y'all better not call the police. Because I know one thing. Like, what am I supposed to do? Take my kids out while I'm going to go party? Regardless of what it is, I'm going to go party. So y'all want me to take them with me or not? No, they going to kick me out. They ain't even going to let me in the club. My main focus is men. Men. Not no kids. Make it make sense. I'm only 30 years old. I'm tired trying to live my life. Y'all irritating me. I'll probably go get them kids back when they like 15 or whatever age it is for them to stay home by themselves. They only 6 and 7. They can't cook on the stove and then they can barely reach it. So what are y'all afraid for? I got them in there asleep on melatonin.
Oh my God.
Y'all irritating me. How did y'all even find me? Come on, let's do the interview.
That wasn't even the interview.
I think it's fake.
I think
has to be fake.
that's
I think it's fake.
That's got to be fake. That's got to be fake. I think it's yes.
Oh my God, what is this?
This is my favorite thing. This is a hog calling competition, and they threw auto-tune over my eggs. And people say white people don't have culture.
What the fuck?
This is the most Elliott video I've ever seen.
really is.
Hang on. This girl goes in real quick. That's angelic. Hang on. I was dying laughing.
Look at those fucking glasses, man.
He's got a Cornhusker hat on.
Who pitched?
My God.
Who pitched the first like hog calling? They're like,
I
hey,
know.
all those white people need to get together
I know.
and call out some
Oh, man.
hogs and rate the other ones who did the best calling.
Just like, I need some bacon with my eggs.
All right, I actually love this
You
guy.
like this one?
He's so
Yeah,
funny.
He cracks me up.
Oh,
This is so chill.
for sure. Don't you love being chill?
We're chilling.
It's like a spoof
We
on the
never
Kardashians.
Yeah.
chill.
It's so such my vibe to have like a chill vibe be such my vibe
For sure.
when I'm like chilling and stuff.
It's like so such my vibe to chill.
I stay hot and that's just such my vibe.
I'm like trying to be more chill. Like I always do things. I'm like, that's chill. Like I'll do that. This is chill. I'll do that. Sure, I'll do that. Like it's chill. And then I'm doing it and it's just like so not chill. And now I'm doing all this stuff and I just want to chill.
Like you have to have a chill vibe, and that just has to be like such your vibe.
I know.
Otherwise, a chill vibe is like such never your vibe.
It's just like so such not my vibe to be chill.
Honestly, I just think you need to work on being more chill.
Are you serious?
You're just not being chill, and then you're like, why isn't everything chill?
Okay, seriously, can you chill?
Well, it's because you're not chill.
Okay, like you're sending chills through my body.
Like
This is every James argument
Like
from
oh my God, I
Vanderpump.
have chills. I just want like a chill vibe to be such my vibe, and like my vibe is such not this. So like seriously, I'm
You
done.
are like a bonfire in the Arctic.
Like oh my God,
Okay, he needs to chill.
I'm done. We're done. Seriously.
But
The
it's funny because the Kardashians are always holding.
Yeah.
They're always holding
Dude,
something.
it's exactly what it is. If you go back and watch a lot of that guy's content, it is dead on what that is. And he's like, okay, I gotta go. I have a thing.
I have a thing.
And I love it when they're like, what? And then it like the music like breaks in. They're like, nah, I love you, bye. You know, it is exactly what it is. So, Benz. Oh, you didn't need to do that, Benz.
Thank
you,
Benz. Well, I want to thank everyone that joined us today for the Do Over podcast. It's kind of crazy today, and I have to apologize. I've had a headache all day long.
I think we killed it.
A lot of stuff going on. Happy birthday, Elliott.
Happy birthday, me.
So
Elliott.
what is the rule when you get on the plane? If you see what, you don't get on.
A creepy old lady holding a black cat, correct?
Yes. Do not get on the plane.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't help that Final Destination comes out this weekend.
I had a dream once, a pretty vivid dream, and I think that we've already verified that my dreams do come true. That Elliott passes away on a plane, and before he's going on, he sees an old lady with a black cat. So don't do it.
That's
do it.
so awful.
I'm just saying, look, if you see an old lady and it's in a carrying case and has a black cat, just don't get on.
I won't.
Just piss everyone off. Okay.
Sorry, guys. No.
That mother effer right there is not real.
Someone kick off that old lady and cat.
So anyways, with that being said, we got to get the hell on out here. Thank you once again for joining us. Go hit up Horn Photo for the trade-in, trade-up event. It's happening this weekend. We love each and every single one of you. Go subscribe to all of our stuff because that really does help us out. It's free to do so. You got all of our links, our Patreon, and big news with the website coming up very, very soon with our main man, Fest Eddie Edward Rouse and his chain.
And it's chain.
And it's
Fasting
chain.
Eddie.
Fasting Eddie. So until then, we're not going to see you next week, but we'll see you the week after.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna miss you.
We're going to miss you, doggy.
As you should. Because I am, as clearly as this episode showed, I am super hilarious and fun.
I was laughing my ass when we were talking about, oh, you want a salad? Okay, here's some mac and cheese. I was like, yeah.
You know, it'd go great with that salad, throwing it in the garbage. Here's a dumpster truck of mac and cheese. You sloppy bitch.
Hey, it was the right call.
It was a great call.
It was the right call.
That's money,
So,
baby.
Until next week,
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. We love you. Gotta
Play
go,
the
love you,
intro.
bye.
Play the outro music. Like and subscribe.
Oswald.
We
He's a
bring the
cat.
chaos. We bring the
cat.
scare.